are the indigenous Biafrans. In case you never know, we are the chosen generation. In case you never know, we hid into the call of our past heroes. Monsters are killing us, pressing silent, but we know that this is war. Everybody know, they know, you know, and we know. They don't want us to be free, cause we got it all. Part of this is deceiving, then we go. Every inch and every mile they think we never go. Cause we need our freedom. We want our freedom. We demand our freedom, tell the Babylon say. Jano, Jano, tell the Babylon say. Hona, Hona, no more turning back. Let me know, no more turning back. No matter what I want to say, can't stop the motion, motion, cause this is never.
It's forward ever, back never. No more turning back. It's forward ever, back never. No more turning back. It's forward ever, back never. No more turning back. It's forward ever, back never.
We are the indigenous Biafrans. In case you never know, we are the chosen generation. In case you never know, we hid into the call of our past heroes. Monsters are killing us, pressing silent, but we know that this is war. Everybody know, they know, you know, and we know. They don't want us to be free, cause we got it all. Part of this is deceiving, then we go. Every inch and every mile they think we never go. Cause we need our freedom. We want our freedom. Give us our freedom. We demand our freedom, tell the Babylon say. Jano, Jano, tell the Babylon say. Give us our freedom. Hona, Hona, let me know, no more turning back. No matter what I want to say, can't stop the motion, motion, cause this is revolution. From the beginning of time, suffering and tribulation, yeah. Marginalization and lies, they never wanna see us survive. The government, they always steal and kill. They wanna blow the candlelight of generations young. I feel the pain, but I believe in later day. Biafra, the sunshine of God. Say no place like home. No place like home.
Asị mme ka ọnụ niile kwụrụ njọ n'isi atụgharịa kwụ mma ka ọnụ kọrọ ogiri ọnụ kọrọ ogiri lacha Chukwu okike abịa ma onye jiri mmiri siri ike kpọọ aja were aja siri ike kpọọ mmadụ asị m na taata bụ ụbọchị eke n'ala Igbo asị m na eke ga-eketara Nnamdi Kanu ndụ eke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe oke ga-eketara ya ndụ oke ga-eketara ya Biafra oke ga-eketara ya nwere onwe oke ga-ekegburu ya ndị iro kegburu ya ajọ mmadụ na ajọ mmụọ asị m na mbọsọ ga-apụta ekwensu ga-anọ n'ụra ndị iro ya ga-anọ n'ụra ọkwa na ekwe osu asị m gịnị bụ ekwe osu asị m na mbọsọ ga-apụta ya bụ ndị iro ga-anọ n'ụra ọha bụ ndị ọha nwa bụ ekwe osu asị m na ha ncha ga-anọ n'ụra na Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta n'ike na ebube Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta n'ike na ebube asị m na ọnụ kwụrụ njọ n'isi ya ga-atụgharịkwọ mma asị m ọbịa igbu Nnamdi Kanu bụ onwe ya onye si na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị adị ndụ onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri onye si na Nnamdi Kanu agaghị apụta onye a ga-eji anazere mmiri ọnụ niile kọrọ ogiri ọnụ ga-akọrọ ogiri lacha osisi abụla oturu ga-emeche wee kwele onye asị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-apụta asị m na ọnụ ahụ iji wee kwuo ya na ike ejikwa ya wee kwugharịa mma n'isi ya asị m na ebe onye ahụ na-atụ maazị Nnamdi Kanu aga asị m aka gị ga-akpọnwụ osisi ahụ fọrọ Nnamdi Kanu wee tọọ nkwe asị m ikuku futuo gị anya ọbụla fọrọ Nnamdi Kanu kwawa akwa alịla asị m manịrị akọrọ ya n'anya onye fọrọ Nnamdi Kanu cheta ihe gburu nwa ya ihe gburu nwa ya gbuo ya maka na ọ bụrụ ya gburu nwa gị Chukwu okike abịa ma asị m na belede nyiri dike belede ka o ji amawa dike asị m na okirikiri ka a na-agba ukwu ose ọ dịarị ukwu ose enu na okirikiri ka ndị iro ga-agba Nnamdi Kanu mana ha ama mkpata ya aka ọ sị na nkirikiri ka ọ na-ekiri odido jiri odido enyi ozu na ọkwanụ nkirikiri ka ndị iro ga na-ekiri ya mana ha ama afụ ya anya asị m na-eji anaba isi ije asị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-eje na ọ ga-ana asị m na inye anaghị eri ọba maka na inye na ọba bụ nwanne inye agaghị eri Nnamdi Kanu maka na ọ bụ nwi asị na Nnamdi Kanu ga-adị ka echi anaghị agwụ agwụ maka na ije ejere bụ ije mmiri ọ bụla eje nkụ asị na ya bụ ije ga-abụ ije mmeri asị m na ọ ga-anata n'udo asị m na ọ ga-abata sirili welere asị m na unu ga-aga kpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu asị m unu ga-akpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu ga-akpọnatara anyị Nnamdi Kanu ga tụnye ugo ga nye ya mmeri ga nye ya mmeri ga nye ya mmeri tụnye ugo n'elu ugo nye ike n'elu ike nye ya ndụ n'elu ndụ ọkwanụ ndụ ka o ji efu na efufe unu nye Nnamdi Kanu ndụ onwe ike wee kwụrụ jinjin onwe ike wee kwụrụ wee fuo na ofufe a sị na ya kara ka anaghị eri nwa ngwụrọ ihe mere ha ji jide Nnamdi Kanu bụ ka nwee ike wee megide ndị Igbo ka nwee ike megide ụmụ Biafra ka nwee ike wee kwuchi anyị ọnụ ka ha nwee ike wee kachi anyị ọnụ ka anyị ghara ikwu okwu ọzọ mana ama m na dododo Chukwu okike abịa ma ndị nwa na ndị nwe mmiri ndị nwe ikuku ndị nwe anyanwụ mmụọ nna nna anyị ochie mmụọ niile nwụrụ anwụ ka anyị dị ndụ mmụọ niile ọ kwafọrọ ọbara ha n'ike maka ihi Biafra asị m unu binyenu asị m unu dododo na ọkwa na unu bụ ihe nwe ike a ọkwa na unu ga-eji ọgụ mmụọ ọkwa na unu ga-aga buori ahịa ọkwa na unu ga-aga napụta ya maka na ihe ọ tinyere unu n'aka anaghị ele ule asị m dododo igiriga ọgụ mmụọ eze nwaanyị niile nọ n'ala Igbo mmụọ niile nọ n'ala Igbo asị m unu binye maka na onwe onye nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị aṅụ mmiri onwe onye nọ n'ụwa na-anaghị eri nnu bụ ihe ụtọ si na mmiri wee pụta onye ọbụla na-eri ihe na-eri ihe dị na mmiri onye na-asa arụ ji mmiri asa arụ onye ọbụla na-eme ihe ọbụla ọ na-eme ji mmiri eme ya asị m ihe ọbụla mmadụ na-eme n'ụwa mmiri ọ na-ebubu ụzọ asị m onye ọbụla kpọrọ mmiri asị na mmiri a ga-agbagbu ya asị m onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya onye ọbụla fụrụ mmiri n'anya ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya onye ọbụla mmiri na-awụsa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya onye ọbụla mmiri na-emesa n'arụ ga-afụ Nnamdi Kanu n'anya onye na-aṅụ mmiri na-eli nnu asị m na ọnụ anyị ji wee lie nnu wee ṅụọ mmiri na ị ga-eji akwa okwu ọma n'isi Nnamdi Kanu n'aha Chukwu okike abịa
ise. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra Hausa service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Olu province of Biafra land, and we are coming on to you today live and direct. Today is the 12th day of the 12th month, that is 12th of December 2022. Why I always mention the date is for you to understand that we are live. Today is Monday, the 12th day of December 2022. Obochi Orie. Today is Orie in our land. Therefore, I hereby welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers onto this hallowed platform, where we preach the gospel of emancipation, the gospel of freedom, the gospel of liberty, so that we shall be free. Freedom starts from you knowing the truth, being exposed to information, and you doing something useful about the truthful information you are exposed to. For you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. Because lie puts you in the cage. We are created in this world, in this beautiful planet, to always strive to look for the truth, to understand the truth. Truth is mathematical. Truth is mathematical. Truth is practical. What you know is truth. Something you can touch. 1 + 1, it doesn't matter any language you use about it. It doesn't matter any dialect you use in calculating it. Whether in Igbo language, whether in Hausa, even in Fufude. It doesn't matter whether you use Mandarin Chinese or Thai language or even Pashtun, Urdu, Bangladeshi, Malay, any type of language. Russian, 1 + 1 is 2. Do you understand? That is mathematical. That is the truth. Truth has no language. Truth has no, different language. So that when you say it, it becomes the truth. No. This is something our people are misunderstanding because of ignorance. They will see somebody that's, they classify somebody in Nigeria according to how beautiful he speaks English. This is ignorance to the highest level. They classify somebody, take what he's saying because he's speaking Opopo, Ibo grammar. Because he can speak a Queen's English. That is ignorance to the highest level. Truth has no language. They have, succeeded in turning our people in order to falsely understand that speaking good English amounts to, speaking the truth or being wise and knowledgeable. That is life from the pit of hell. Let me tell you, Asians, they don't speak English. They don't speak English, they speak in their own various languages, tribal languages. Even Europeans, they don't speak English all. English is for England. Even Scotland has their language. Austria has their language. German has their language. Italy has their language. Every European country, they are developed, but it's not about speaking one particular language. No, language is for communication. Our people should stop this misunderstanding. It's ignorance. We raise anything that our colonizers bring as high profile. We use it to judge as a standard. All these things is what we are trying to put to the public domain so that people will expose, so that people will start understanding that, look, we have been wrong all this while, and that is why we are in a quagmire. Therefore, what we preach here is the gospel of freedom, so that we shall be free, mentally free and physical freedom. That is what we preach, and that is what the indigenous people of Biafra stands for. Do not forget that our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still in the enemy dungeon. Even after being liberated, discharged and acquitted by the Nigeria courts, our leader should be free. He must be free. Nigeria should obey their courts, their own court order. It baffles me that Tony Blair Institute of Global Change, so-called Global Change, they don't talk about Nigeria disobeying their court order. No, they don't talk about it. Do you see how hypocritical they are? They don't all talk that, disobeying a court order. They cannot do that in the United Kingdom. It doesn't matter how bitter it is. It doesn't matter. But the court is the last hope, the ultimate of everything in a country, in a sane country. But lo and behold, Nigeria is not a sane country. It's not a normal country. But notwithstanding, our leader must be released. Our leader must be released. Before I go into the news headline, before going to the topic of my submission today, there's something I want to say. I used to say, from little things we should think and learn. This World Cup, listen, this World Cup that is going on in Qatar, Croatia is a very small country. A country of 4 million people only. 4 million. Million are no. 4. They are now in semi-final. Last 4 years, last World Cup, Russia 2018, they played final and lost against France. Croatia is a very little, very small country of 4 million people. And do you know when Croatia had their independence from Russia? 1991. And funny enough, Russia, the grand mother country, didn't even qualify for World Cup. I want people to reason. What you call a giant sometimes is not giant in a way. Do you understand? A small country of 4 million people. They beat countries of, hundreds of millions of people in football. I'm talking about football now. For people to understand, imagine, for example, this height they have reached. Maybe when they were part of Russia, they couldn't have reached this height. Because I don't think Russia or USSR has ever reached a final of a World Cup. No. Do you see how things are? Had it been they are still part of Russia, Soviet Union, these talents that are being portrayed, maybe in that bigger Russia, in that bigger Soviet Republic, they would have been relegated. They will not come out. You understand? These individuals, these talents that are showcasing to the whole world, a place of 4 million people. According to 2021 census, no, 3.8 million people. But here they are because they are in control of their lives. Do you see? You bring out your best, the best in you when you are free. Once you feel that you are free, you will have a country that you are patriotic to. Not a very big place that no person recognizes you. That is what we are suffering in the zoo called Nigeria. Do you see it? Do you know there's something I see now even in the Nigeria team, because it is being made up of mostly Biafrans, more than 90% of Biafrans. I see they don't even like to play with their heart, because Nigeria, no person gives Nigeria their heart. Because Nigeria disappoints you at any time. So nobody is patriotic because nobody loves Nigeria. I'm telling you honestly. The pronounced hypocritical love, somebody will say love Nigeria is what he's getting because they are looting. I hope you learned something. Croatia that was born 1991 of yesterday. 1991. If they play with Russia, that was born 1991 of yesterday. 1991. If they play with Russia, they lose gallantly. Do you understand? It shows in their psyche, in the way they move, the way they play, the way they do everything. In the team Nigeria, there is no fire because of Nigeria. Nigeria is no man's business. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what we are trying to do is to alleviate the problem of everybody, not only us, the problem of everybody, so that all of us will be free. Everybody will be free. Do you understand what I'm saying? Therefore, I welcome once again each and every one of you to today's edition of Radio Biafra Hausa Service. Today is the 12th day of December, being Monday, 2022. Tatabo Bochorie. Therefore, draw nearer to your listening devices in order to listen to the gospel of freedom, where we preach expose things that you can never hear in the mainstream media. That is what we do here. It's a freedom radio. Before I continue to the subject matter of today's program, which is the importance of leadership, that is going to be the topic of my submission today. Importance of leadership. I will go to reading some news headlines, please. Some news headlines. There are many of them, but I will just reduce it to very few. Now, as I was look at the news of is it today? Listen. Ex-Super Eagle stars Amoka Chirufai, others in Kanu for Tinubu campaign. This is how these people that supposedly sky should be their limit. This is how they have been reduced to nothing. Whereas other ex-footballers are trying one way or the other in order to aim higher. These people are following politicians in the zoo called Nigeria. This is, we are in a piteous situation. I'm telling you honestly. They are reduced to being to the highest bidder. Oh, this person come now with regole. How much he brought? Now, how much he go reach me? Now, make we follow now. No be Nigeria with them. Now, make we go campaign for him. I beg. This is how piteous, how sorry state everything is. In other places, look at Samuel Eto'o. In even Cameroon. He is now the president of their football federation. They continue aspiring, going higher, even in FIFA, international politics, football politics. But all these ones, when you look at them, how will you respect them? All they do is go from one politician to another for crumbs. How will you respect them? When I say that Nigerians are low life, people don't understand. They don't have dignity. They go for the highest bidder. It's very pity. Respectable people like this. You see them. Daniel Amokachi, Kanu, Nwankwo. All these other people, Taribo West, these people that are now God of men, I don't know. Oh, they are reduced into following politicians, campaigning for them, in exchange of crumbs. So that then, if you enter, even if it's one contract, you fix register one fake company, use it to collect one big contract and collect money, finish. This is how they think. These are the people that have lived in Western world. What do I used to tell you? Monkey, even if carry monkey put in private jet, even the highest yacht, the most expensive yacht in this world, like the one is it Adenuga hired for $3 million plus, only for his 60th birthday. Carry monkey put there. Monkey is still a monkey. These are people that have lived, and I bet that some of them could be even citizens of Western world. People that have lived where there is light. People that have lived where there is electricity 24/7, where their things are working. Instead of them to engage in opening people's eyes, talking to the youth, to open their eyes, to tell them that look, what you are suffering in Nigeria is man-made. No, instead they are helping, aligning with all these criminals we call politicians, in order to continue exploiting the miserable people. Don't you see it? A monkey, how can a monkey change? When I talk about a monkey, it doesn't matter how rich you are. The way you reason is what makes you a real human being. The way you reason. It doesn't matter what you have. These people, oh, by me looking at it, they are comfortable. These ex-Nigerian footballers, they are comfortable, but they want to exploit more instead of rising up. Do you see any of them during the Census protest? All of them went underground. This is how bad it is. We are living in a precarious situation in the zoo called Nigeria. I'm telling you honestly. The system turned everybody into real monkeys, rhesus monkey, even less than. People that have no class. That is why I say it doesn't matter. A monkey riding on private jet is still a monkey. When you look at Obiano, no matter the whole money he has looted, everything, he's an American citizen. He's somebody that he saw how life is good, how human being can recreate, do things and remove people from misery. No. Instead, he went back to exploit. That is his aspiration. Or that was his aspiration, and he did it. He did it. When Europeans insult us, insult you as a black person, as a Nigerian, please accept it with happiness. That they call you monkey. Answer, sir, we are real monkeys. Until we change, until we prove ourselves that we are not. That is what we are doing here on Radio Biafra. I'm telling, as I'm talking to you, there are many people, many of our people, many Nigerians of Igbo extraction, of different Yoruba, of different extractions, that are citizens in America, in Canada, in different European countries. All their aspiration is to go and join politics in Nigeria to loot. To loot their money, loot everybody, and come back and continue their life. In the civilized country, they have their passports. How can you classify that? Why? That is why I say, when you see Oyibo call you monkey, answer here, yes, sir, we are monkeys, don't worry. Until we change, until we mutate and become human beings that we are. Do you know the population of, let me say, Nigerians now? The population of Nigerians in the diaspora is enough to instigate the highest form of revolution. I'm not talking about Biafrans only. The population of Nigerians, both Yoruba, Hausa, Igbo, different Bini, in the diaspora, is enough to instigate positive revolution to pursue and sack all these criminals, open people's eyes. But they leave the task for IPOB, for Radio Biafra only. Instead, they are attacking Radio Biafra. Do you know what it will be if majority of people in diaspora are talking? We have social media, are speaking to Nigerians how people should rise up in that the life you are living there in Nigeria is not life. You are not living life. You are just surviving as a living thing, but you are not living life. There is no life in Nigeria. Imagine that millions of people are speaking from Europe, America, Japan, every part of Nigerians are speaking. It doesn't matter your ethnicity. The way we are talking here on Radio Biafra, I'm telling you honestly, there will be fire everywhere in Nigeria. But they will not do it. Instead, they will be telling you, don't worry, vote, don't worry, pray to God. You see people in diaspora, Nigerians in diaspora, even exploiting and hoping to exploit more those in the zoo. The other day I read about one Nigerian bishop or Daddy Gio that was arrested in the United Kingdom and charged for fraud. Rightly so, because he was selling COVID-19 cure or oil. As they do in Nigeria. They do in Nigeria, think it's in Nigeria. Where system does not work. Nothing works. Everybody do as you want. And he was convicted of fraud for selling what the common practice in Nigeria every day for you to understand how bad it is. In Nigeria, they condone evil. That is why these ex-footballers, they are gone for hire. The highest bidder they follow. Even Nollywood stars, so-called Nollywood stars, most of them are gone for hire. Everybody is going in order to loot, exploit the miserable people. People don't try to fight the injustice. No. Do you know that is the reason why slave trading lasted for almost 400 years or 3 centuries plus? Transatlantic slavery, it lasted so long. Do you know the reason? Instead of black people to fight evil, they try to exploit, they try to align themselves into that evil in order to make a living out of it until it becomes normal thing. That is why the slave Atlantic slave trading continued for many centuries until even the people that we are doing the thing, the white people, they are still the people that say no, we are no more in the modern, because of industrialization. Let me tell you, because they don't need no more slaves to come to their land, because now what the slaves we are doing, they were building machine that we take charge of it, so no need of slavery again. You understand? But they will not tell you this. They will tell you because of moral this and that. That is it. That is the story they tell you. It's a story for another day anyway. They are the people that still stop the slave trading, of which many Nigerians, many Africans, we are still doing it illegally. They have to dispatch their ship, their warships, to come to the coast of West Africa in order to enforce the stoppage of transatlantic slavery. When you study history, say, why do we have this character as black people, as Ndishoji? Why do we like evil? Instead of fighting it, we try to align ourselves in order to benefit from evil. Now you go fit stop them. Now beg, if you know fit beat them, you join them. This is a very evil, wicked mantra. It's not in our dictionary. We IPOB. It's not in our dictionary, please. You understand? Therefore, it doesn't matter how minute your contributions might be. Try one way or the other to fight evil. Stop leaving it for only one person. IPOB is fighting not only for the liberation of Biafra. We are trying to open the eyes of the people in order to understand what is the cause of the real core cause of our problems. That is what we do here, please. Therefore, we are not like others that try to benefit from evil. I say, as I'm talking now, there are people in different parts of civilized world, Nigerians that are holding passports of America, Canada, European countries. All they aim, they want to go to Nigeria to exploit. They are always trying to make friends with Nigerian politicians so that Nigeria can buy a governor, a senator. They lobby the person in order to buy a house. Why not honorable? Why not get another house in New York? I can cover it, don't worry. What he's trying to do is to lobby so that he can get commission. So that everything will be on his name or through him. So that if they sell it to $1 million, the house, he will say is 5 million. And he will be benefiting from the looting the miserable people. Do you see why I say, as you are hearing my voice, anywhere you are, monkey gaze, I'm a monkey, sorry, until I find out, until we prove that we are not monkeys. We are. I'm telling you honestly, the way we reason is fundamentally flawed. It is fundamentally flawed. Very bad. Very, very bad. We must continue. Ex Super Eagle Stars, Amokachi Rufai, others in Kanu for Tinubu campaign. That is how low life they are. It is not only them. That is how people are in Nigeria. Nigerians are like that. It doesn't matter if you see people living in Japan for 30, 40 years. But see, they have the same mentality. You talk to them, you say, no, he's thinking of how to go to Nigeria to be a politician so that he can loot. I'm telling you honestly. We must continue. Let me go to another news headline. He said Tinubu borrowed his name. Former Lagos deputy governor explains. His name is not Tinubu, he borrowed the name. And that is true. Because has any Nigerian asked Tinubu, who is your mother, who is your father? But he is going to be a scam to be your presidential candidate. A scam. And you love it. Nigeria, talk to Nigerians about it. You say, no, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. No, whether his name is Tinubu or not, it doesn't matter. That is the fundamentally flawed way of reasoning of Nigerians. No, it doesn't matter. Leave it, I beg. Leave it. Na Jagaban. This name is what he used when he was in the United States. People, you can buy passports through different ways with different names. After you will stick to your name. You start answering. That is why he never revealed. And they say it didn't come from Lagos. Nobody knows where it come from. Just somebody from abroad. They don't know. People will understand what I'm saying. Because many people in abroad today, we are not using our real name. I'm telling you honestly. It's truth. It's, here we expose everything. Before. And abroad. And that is how do you call it? Brothers of God, brothers and sisters of God. How mystery? Because I have your name and Abaiga film. Now there is no more secret. What I'm telling you is reality. Many people, many Nigerians, many people even use different passports abroad. For the Nazatama and the Tanzania. It's true. This is unfortunately, that is how Tinubu got this name. He stick to his name, Tinubu. That is how he got the American papers. So from there now, he don't have to change his name again. So that is it. But Nigerians will say no. But it doesn't matter now. It doesn't matter because they don't understand their mentality is fundamentally flawed. Somebody that is aspiring to be the chief executive, the highest office in the country. Don't you think that is supposed to be under the highest scrutiny? Because what he is reflects to the country. Don't you know that? But Nigerians will say, no, it doesn't matter now. Leave him now. It doesn't matter. That is Nigerian monkey reasoning. Monkeys reasoning like that. The same way, even if as long as he's a man of God, so-called that the Geo, even if he raped somebody, they say, no, leave him. Don't judge. It's God that will judge him. You see animal reasoning. You see animal reasoning. That is why there is no electricity. That is why, here on Radio Biafra, we make sure to sanitize our mentality, our psyche, our way of reasoning, so that we reason like real human beings. Do you understand? Otherwise, if we continue reasoning like Nigerians, the country we are going to restore will be a quagmire. That is why I suggest that when Biafra comes, we will have, a sector. We build an infrastructure for the disintoxication. I call it the Nigerianization of people. Because Nigeria turned everybody into animal. The way we reason, you see, when you near a Nigerian speaking, just stir up conversations about things, about life, about politics, about things. There you will understand the way he reasons sometimes, the way he reasons. to God who made me. You sometimes you say, nah, we are going nowhere. Oh. These are, you see people, a person break the law. Look at a house that fall, church that fell in Lagos, that killed many people, human lives lost. People are saying, no, is it his fault? He's a man of God now, I beg, don't judge him, leave him with God. And you say, God Almighty. But these people, you go to Canadian embassy, consulate, UK consulate, they are dying to go there. Can't you ask yourself, why do you want to travel to a place that it is not the president or prime minister there is not even the same color of your skin? But you are sure that if you go there, you make it. Why? When you start reasoning in all these ways, you will now start understanding the reason why you are in a hole in Nigeria. You understand me? Ask yourself, America you want to go, Joe Biden, is he from Igbo? Is he an Igbo man? The answer is no. Is he a Yoruba man? The answer is no. Is he a Hausa man or Fulani man? The answer is no. Then why is it that if I go there, I can walk and make it, I remain, no person torments me. If any person harasses me, I'll go to the court. I will call police, dial 911 and police will come. Things work. Why? When you start asking yourselves these things, you can call them mundane questions. You will start reflecting on it. Advancement, like in advanced, for example, in tertiary institutions, in universities, they can bring up just a word to develop that thing, research about it. Just for example, come. You understand? Come. Now, that word come only for you to expatiate it, for you to know origin, know how it used, know many things about that word come. That is advanced learning. But these are the words you have been using. You thought that you understand it through primary education and secondary school. You thought that you understand it. You use it every day on school. I'm giving you an example. But when you arrive in tertiary university, they give you all those things that you think that you know. Now they tell you to now expatiate, research about it, and let's know really what this thing is. That is advancement, advanced learning. Now, all those things you think you know as a human being, as a Nigerian, sometimes you ask yourself little questions. Why is it that I want to go abroad? Why is it that if they tell me, somebody promised me, I'll get you Japanese visa, I'm excited, I want to really go, let me get out of this country. Why? But Japan, they don't even speak English. They don't even, their color is not the same color with me. Their prime minister is not from my village, is not from Nigeria, is not from my region. But if I go there, people that are there, they are sending money. They are working the same work. You see people in London, in England, Nigerians that travel to England. You see them, they are driving cabs, taxi. You ask your bro, you say, I'm a taxi driver, but he's sending you money. But he's building house. In Canada, the same. In America, the same. You work in Nigeria and you become a low life. They take you as an ordinary carpenter. For you to be a carpenter in America, it is a very big thing. You understand? From that, the same work you are working in Nigeria, you are nothing. But when you work it in South Korea, you're a big person. You don't understand. You don't ask yourself this question. Why is it so? There are human beings. There is a country there. Nigeria is a country. Now, why is it so? Every day I will call my brother or my sister. Sister, please send money. And what is he working? Maybe he's sweeping a road. The same way in Lagos, you see people sweeping road. But even people pity them and give them money because they don't have anything. But when you do it in London, you have money. You even live, manage yourself well. Don't you ask yourself, that is advancement. It's a tertiary, way of learning. That thing you don't call anything. You think about when you stand, when you sit down, when you sit down in a quiet place, in your quiet room, you start reasoning all these little things. That is advancement. When you reason all these things, you come out, your brain will become advanced. Do you understand what I mean? Your brain will become advanced. It will no more be, the same with the ordinary person that is only, I want to go to America. You ask, why you want to go to America? Why do you want to leave Nigeria? In Nigeria, for example, if they say, okay, vote for, let's say in voting, voting is working. They say, okay, let us bring somebody that is a sane person, at least somebody that can do something good. No, you look at it, you say, no, it's not a Igbo man, it's not a Yoruba man, it's not a Fulani man like me, so I cannot vote. No, it's not a Christian, it's not a Muslim. Now you ask, but Japan you want to go, there are neither Christians nor Muslims. It's not even, the prime minister there is not even village person or the same, he doesn't speak your language. But things are working. Now you ask, what is the problem? There must be something wrong. And in trying to find out that something wrong, your eyes will be opened. That is how, advanced learning goes. You start thinking about the little things. You start researching about little things. From there, you will see expansion of knowledge and wisdom. That is how it is. Tinubu borrowed his name. Former Lagos deputy explains. He was not Tinubu. That is not his original name. But for an average Nigerian, he said, no, it doesn't make sense to any Nigerian. No. An average Nigerian, it doesn't make sense to him. He said, no, leave it. Name kwe. I beg, leave him there, whether it be Tinubu or Tanubu or Ajibola or anything. Now our man, now our Jagaban. And if you be crying, oh, we are suffering here, oh, you don't know that you are one of the causes. That is the reason why Nigerians are suffering. That is this way of behavior, this pattern of thinking. That is the reason why Nigeria is a quagmire. We must continue. Let me take another news. There are many of them, honestly. I used to keep all these news headlines. But I'll just take few. Why Lekki deep seaport should avoid pitfalls of Lagos port by stakeholders. You know that they are going to commission Lekki port, seaport, in January 2023, according to the report. Do you know that? Do you see the wickedness? When black people are being punished, please do not cry. The amount of wickedness in black people, especially Nigerians, it reaches high heaven. Lagos has a seaport, two seaports, two. Apapa Wharf, Tinkan Wharf. Do you understand? People are crying of gridlock. For you to remove, if you remove a container, to transport it from an inch, from Apapa Wharf to, even inside another part of Lagos, it might take days because of gridlock, because of traffic jam. Now they are opening another one in the same small Lagos. Why? Black man greed. Black man greed, that is it. And that is why God is punishing black people. I'm telling you, until black people remove this greed, this extreme selfishness and greed, they are going nowhere. Do you know, in other countries, you have seaports everywhere. As long as there is sea, there are seas everywhere. Other countries. But in Nigeria, no. Instead of Igbo man to gain, no, you make it. No, instead, even if you do the seaport, everywhere will be a standstill. Instead, they will go to Cotonou, another country. Do you see the wickedness? We have natural seaports in Biafra land. We have it. only to develop it to put no. How can Nigerian federal government build infrastructure in Biafra land? No. The little railway line, unfunctioning railway line they built, not themselves, Oyibo colonial masters, Britain built during 19th Brigade. Now they dismantled it quietly in our land. There was no outcry. It is only here already Biafra that we have been shouting it. Do you see how wicked people are? Do you see the wickedness of Nigerians? It is too much. That is why God will continue punishing Nigeria. As long as that country continues existing, God will the punishment from nature will be too much. It will continue. What makes them even, let me ask, what makes even Yoruba elders, Yoruba people have to say, no, please, this one is too much. Is it? Let us extend this thing. Extend seaports. We have other southern parts. We have in One. We have in Iguacha, they call Port Harcourt. What about Calabar? What about Warri? What about Onisha in River Niger? What about Uguta Lake? All these things can be, seaports can be built there. In order to dislodge the traffic in Lagos. No, this is what is called primitive accumulation syndrome. It's everywhere, both private and public. Instead, no, Lagos, let it be. Even if every day everybody will be standstill, no space, let it be there. Instead of to do something for Igbo man to benefit, no, let it be there. Instead of all of us, let it be there. Do you see the evil in Nigeria? That is why I say Nigeria is an evil entity today and tomorrow. That is why Nigeria will die a sudden death. It doesn't matter how sweet talk, because people come, oh, we do Nigeria. You know, it's happening again. The same thing. Before 2015, 2014, everybody had a high hope. Bring down, or is it bring back our girls? They were campaigning so that a general will enter power and everything will be okay. Naira will be $1 to 1 naira. Oh, they will suspend the subsidy. Oh, once they enter, everything will be okay. They will build electricity in Nigeria for 6 months. Insecurity will be a bygone. Nigerians, until when are you going to open your eyes? Until I ask, until when? All these things you ask, or they tell you, they sweet talk to you. But before all this, your so-called leaders will go to poll, or will go to election. They will go and take permission in London. That is all. What we want you to think. Just reason like that. Why is it that they go there, they sign? Do you think that Britain that created Nigeria, they just created it for your good, for our good? Oh, okay, we create it. Oh yeah, you people build Nigeria as you want. Didn't you see what they did, the evil they performed, in order to make sure that Nigeria remains a quagmire they want it to be, so that they will be sucking oil every day? Do you know Hamza Mustafa, one of his revelations, he said that a laugh, he said all those points of oil theft which they revealed the other day, he said laugh, he said these are just a few fraction. He said they have thousands, like thousands. He mentioned, he said thousands. I listened to that man for the whole 4 hours plus. I said I will come up with programs synonymous with his revelations. Thousands of that, like that, everywhere, every pipe. They just did that. You know, I said it that time. They just revealed that so that people that are fighting against Tompolo say, this thing we cool down. Say, oh, he's doing a nice job. They just reveal. He's Britain. They reveal one place. Say, come here. There is all you tell there. Hey, now how are you there? Hey, now this one is doing nice work. Now make we leave him now. They know how to, they know how to do what? How to rob you. They pamper you. They inject you anesthesia so that you calm down. Like I saw in television in Abuja, they do Christmas light in the streets, And one person, there is one television that I was watching that talked about it. I picked interest. One person they were interviewing, one of just ordinary person there. He said, insecurity, everything. We have to enjoy our lives. So you see how everywhere is beautiful. See Christmas lights in Abuja. See it, So now wow, we have to enjoy. I say the caliphate, they know how to inject anesthesia so that you calm down, you feel that everything is okay. At least you enjoy. They say enjoy. So from time to time they give you some illusion and you believe. Well, after it will backfire. Before you know, it's too late. They will tell you, okay, don't worry, in the next election you will do a better one. Okay, in the next election you will do a better work. Okay, and you say yes, as some orangutan you are. You say anyway, let us wait for another election. But we are disappointed. Look at ordinary governorship, Soludo. People are shouting, hey, look at her, he's clearing everywhere, he's taxing everybody. The other day, the conveyor, these truck drivers, they block the road because of high tax. They are complaining. Oh, the rules of this man is a 419. Always complaining when it is too late. That's why I used to ask, I say, Nigerians, when are you going to open your eyes? Why can't you come and say, look, we don't need no election now. What we need is to talk to ourselves to know whether we want to be Nigerians. We need referendums. We need to sanitize our system. No. Why will you do so when Katrina Lang is crisscrossing everywhere, talking to you people that unity of Nigeria, and you see monkeys. Once they see as somebody that is a white person, hey, yes ma. The way they will use two hands and yes ma, a white person talking to me, because you're a monkey. You're a monkey. In Lekki, they are building another seaport in the same small Lagos. Whereas the other places are being starved. All this thing is because of, not to make sure, that a Igbo man doesn't see the light of the day, doesn't benefit anything. Do you understand? That is why they are doing that. That is why they are doing that. Instead, after Lekki Beach, they will build another beach, maybe Kurudu Beach. Ikorodu Port. After that, they will build to make sure they collect everything. The greediness of black people, it is crying to high heavens, honestly speaking. We must continue. We have natural beaches everywhere in Biafra land. But the staff, they say, no, we are not going to build it. Nothing. And after they will think that there will be peace. Nigeria will be at peace. Nowhere. Nowhere. We must continue. Kidnapped Enugu couple found dead inside the forest. Bodies mutilated. Let me read it a bit. These were the people found, by ESN. ESN. People found by ESN, killed by Fulani headsmen. Is it raising any views? No, we are not human beings. We are, we Biafrans, we Igbo people, we are not human beings. Our lives doesn't matter at all. And do we even cherish our life? No way. No way. That is how sad it is. The military can go to Bayelsa and kill people at will. They can go to Iguacha, come to Izombe, Imo State, go to Anambra, go to every part of Biafra land. In order they will kill and slaughter people. You never hear the military go to Castina, notwithstanding the terrorists that are rampaging everywhere. You never hear them go to communities and start killing people. No. We should learn. I'm telling you. Let me read. The bodies of Mr. and Mrs. Sondo Konko of Okpata community in Ozowani, LGA, Enugu have been discovered in the forest. They were said to have been found there, to have been found by ESN, Eastern Security Network. Yes, it's true. ESN that is why ESN is there. Do you see it? Do you see Nigerian army find them or Nigeria police? Do you see any prevention? No. Instead, the aid and abets are the Fulani headsmen, terrorist killers in our land. Do you see why we are doing what we are doing? Okay. They were said to have been found by Eastern Security Network, ESN operatives deployed in the state to checkmate armed headsmen activities. Yes? One of the sons had weeks ago raised the alarm on the uncertain whereabouts of his parents, who were said to have gone to the farm and never returned. The bodies of the slain couple, which were discovered to have certain parts missing, have now been evacuated by the community to yet to be unknown mortuary. Recall that Mr. Sondo Konko and his wife were said to have been kidnapped in their farmland on Wednesday, November 16th afternoon in their farmland by alleged kidnappers by Fulani headsmen. Within Nigeria gathered that the couple were said to have gone to the farm to harvest cassava when they were abducted by those suspected to be herders. Yes? Our sources explain that many people were in the farm that day. In the evening, when we couldn't see this couple, we went around the village to know what happened, only to discover that they have been kidnapped by those suspected to be Fulani herders. Are you seeing it? Does Tony Blair Institute to talk about it? Does do they care about our lives? It doesn't matter what they do. You see, ESN has come to stay before God and man. You see, just like the Haganah of the pre-Israeli era, before Israeli independence of 1948. They formed different groups, armed groups, clandestinely, including Haganah. And after all those things formed some into intelligence units, which they organized today called Mossad. It became the bedrock of their military. Israeli Defensive Force, IDF. They understand that. This is what we are replicating today. These people, they are fighting. You see the Nigerian military fighting the ESN that is trying to protect us, our people. Look at what happened. Do you see? One life is too many. That family is almost gone. That their children now became orphans, fatherless, because they are Nigerians. Because we are in Nigeria. Do you see that? But does it make any noise in the media? No. When they talk, they say ESN. Oh, bring ESN. Tony Blair Institute. Can you talk about this? The answer is no. A man and a woman, wife and husband were killed. Their offense is that they went to farm in their own farmland. If this thing happened in the United Kingdom, the whole world will stand still. Do you understand me? Imagine people will go to their farm and the body of the man and the woman found and many parts missing. In the United Kingdom, in England, before God and man, the whole world will be at standstill. But does our life matter? No, it doesn't matter to them. It doesn't matter to anybody. That's why they kill us. And when we try to protect ourselves, we become criminals. They demonize us. Oh, we are blocking democratic process. But I don't want to use F word with you and your democratic process. Tony Blair Institute. Our lives matter. We must continue fighting in order to maintain, to live. Because we are human beings like others. This woman and the husband, they are people that went to farm to collect their cassava in a happy way. They were waylaid and kidnapped by Fulani headsmen and butchered in the most horrible, cold-blooded way, and take their parts taken. Do you understand? They will say their parts to Alhaji. From there, who knows? He might get to their parts might be taken to China or England or anywhere. Imagine yourself in these people's shoe. Imagine that they are your father and your mother. Just imagine how painful it is. Do you know the most excruciating way, the horrible way they were killed before their organs were harvested? Do you know? You know that once it is for organ harvest, they don't allow you to die. They make sure that alive they are cutting you into pieces. The most excruciating way of killing, murder. That is what is happening to our people, and people want us to keep quiet. That we should be politically correct so that Nigeria will continue. I say to hell with you and your Nigeria. To hell with you and your Nigeria. This evil must stop. That family today is gone. They have reduced the happiness of those children. They have reduced it to zero, to -0. No future again. But that place have a governor. There is no noise about it. I say, if this thing happens in United Kingdom, in England, in London, a man and his wife being kidnapped, butchered, and their organs harvested, I say the whole world will stand still. Presidents will talk about it. I say presidents will talk about it all over the world. CNN will be talking about it. BBC, the whole world media, they will be talking about it always. People they will set up things in order to make sure, to support the family and to condemn what happened and to find what is the cause of it. But when it comes to Biafrans, we are nothing. I ask the Biafrans, we Biafrans, let us not be like Anarchy, please. The way they put us, the way they regard us as non-human beings, we should never regard ourselves like that. Do not allow their cajole, their anything, their talking to stop you from supporting what we are doing. Do not do that, please. We must continue. This family, I put myself, I say, what if it's me? What if it's my people, my siblings? Imagine the way they will be butchering them and they will be crying. People, innocent people. You have a governor, the chief security officer in Enugu. He doesn't care. What matters to him is welcoming Obasanjo in Enugu. That is not his problem. Because it's not. Imagine it can be his brother or sister. It could be his father or his mother. But do they care? They don't care. IPOB that cares, they throw everything against us. That we are this, we are that. Look, how can we be there? Our people are being massacred every day. And we pretend that everything is all right. What brought about black people, Black Lives Matter in America? What brought about it? The killing of one black person. You understand? It went viral worldwide. But our own deaths are nothing. Even Nigerians started protesting. And there you will see Igbo people protesting in the American embassy in Nigeria. You see monkeys because they always want to belong. What about this one? What about this one? Does our life matter? Does our life matter in the hands of this filthy, primitive set of people we call the Fulani terrorists? They come to our land to kill us, and you want us to be gentle, to accept it as fate like that? It's not going to be like that. It's never going to be like that. We must continue. I think I'm taking a little time, please, but let me at least read. Let me at least read maybe one One more news. Now, another day, I will continue others. Tinubu El-Rufai dancing booger in London beer parlor. Why Northerners are dying? By one Osman Yusuf. They are dancing booger in London beer parlor. But in Kaduna, in Kanu, this midget is against nearing beer or alcoholic beverages, at least in the open, because most of them, they have go to their private fridges, they have all these alcoholic drinks, most of them, I'm telling you. Nigerians, let me ask you, why is it that your presidential candidates are, they always go to number 10 Downing Street or Chatham House, where the problem of black people are hatched? Why? You are saying this is our president, he is our presidential candidate, I will vote for this, I will vote for Bill. Look at all of them, the main people. Look at Tinubu, Atiku. Look at Peter Obi, all of them. Peter Obi he was in PDP. After meeting with British members of parliament and the prime minister, he came out, number 10 Downing Street, took photo, and immediately he landed in Nigeria. He joined the Labour Party, and everything went as you are seeing today. And people don't ask why, what happened. Okay, Mr. Peter Obi, you will turn Nigeria into heaven on earth. But what did you sign on in number 10 Downing Street? What happened there? No, Nigerians cannot ask that question because they are animals. They don't reason like human beings. They are still in the primary stage of humanity. The primary. They never even go to secondary, talk less of tertiary. No. They cannot ask. Hamza Mustafa said, why not Nigerians ask presidential candidates that you are fighting for? Oh, but they always go and visit London. Can't you ask them, Oga, waiting which paper you sign there? They are signing off your destinies. Do you understand? They are signing off your destinies. Tomorrow you start shouting, they'll be laughing at you. When they sign off your destinies, you don't know. What is needed in Nigeria is never election. It's a series of revolutions, spontaneous but regional revolutions, in order to sanitize, to remove British hands off Nigeria. Otherwise, nothing. We are doing our own regional revolution by the restoring Biafra. That is it. It doesn't matter how they switch talk to you. Oh, I will turn this, I will turn that. So are you not tired of hearing all these things from politicians, Nigerian politicians? That is why I say Nigerians are low life. I'm telling you, very low life. After voting, after everything, 1 year everybody will start shouting, wow, we don't know that. They will come out there, don't worry. One youth activist, this and that, will start petting everybody. Don't worry, we will get it good another 4 years later. Everybody go and collect your PVC. Just like that all the time, without asking questions. It is very, very sad, and very sad indeed. I will go to the topic of my submission. I will rush it, though. I will rush it. I'm talking about the topic of my submission today is importance of leadership. You know, when we talk about leadership, it's good leadership. Bad leadership is equals to no leadership. Do you understand? That is the way we should look at it. Bad leadership equals to no leadership. So when I talk about leadership is good leadership, there is no need to put that good there, because leadership is sound. Leadership. If you have bad leader, it is no leadership at all. That is it. Because leadership, to lead is to cause a person or an animal to go with one by holding them by the hand. That is to lead. Go by the hand, a halter, a rope, etc. while moving forward. You cannot be a leader while moving backwards. No. Do you see it? Nigeria has been moving backwards, which means there is no leadership. Nigeria has been moving backwards because there is no leadership. Do you understand? A leader must be somebody. He will hold you by the hand. Now start going. And the person, the leader, must know the way. That is the main quality of a leader. He must know the road. That is why I say, come, follow me. If you are going with somebody, you don't know the road, he will be in front. He say, oh yeah, follow me. Because he knows the road. He knows. If he doesn't know the road, then there's no need. He's not a leader. So you see Nigeria being in a quagmire. Nigeria being in a state of, what do you call it? State of limbo. Darkness. Because there are no leadership. No leaderships. You understand? Because to lead is to cause a person or animal to go with one by holding them by the hand, a halter, a rope, etc., while moving forward. That is the condition. While moving forward. As a leader, you must be moving forward. Tell me, Nigeria. Tell me. I say na law nke okono electric no kwa since. Orocha sokorocha abiazie totoro ihe niile gasha. All the leaders. when they were campaigning, I was telling even my own people, say, look, forget about this man. No. All of them are the same. They say, nah, at least retail because she na buy a cafe. Oh, you buy at least. From here to there, I will track it by the I get you cafe. So it's not like that. Do you understand? I said no. The same sentiment that is killing all of us until you are delivered by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu by Radio Biafra London, because we are highly uncontrollable sentimental animals. I used to say it. I have a dog. I used to study the activities of my dog. He cannot control his emotions. That is what this, the same way our people are. They don't control their emotions. That is why they make mistake. You call a dog, you want to go outside, even you want to trek. Without rope, he will run forward. Where is he going? He is going right, whereas you want to go left. After he see you go, hey, run, come meet you. Because he is sentimental. You understand? That is exactly the way our people behave. With sentiments, they can commit something without thinking. It is after they start regretting, by that time it is too late. To lead, the condition of a leader, you must move forward. Leading, you move forward. You cannot be a leader, you stay one place, or you are moving backwards. The person will leave you. Who are you leading? Nigeria, is Nigeria moving forward? The answer is no. Why? No leadership. Therefore, leadership is the action of leading a group of people or an organization. Leading is synonymous, moving forward. That is the condition. It has condition attached to it. As a leader, you must be moving forward. Move. Now the leader move. You follow. Because he knows the road. If he stop and you are not moving anywhere, what is the need? You leave him. You leave him. Because there is no moving forward. He's not a leader. Every family, group, clan, tribe, nation, kingdom, or country needs leadership. That is the head. Without leadership, it is simply anarchy, confusion, lawlessness, suffering, individualism, and sabotage. Without leadership, all we have is anarchy, like what is happening in Nigeria today. Anarchy. You understand? Lawlessness, confusion. Everybody now protect yourselves. Some people protect themselves with, if you are going out, you put one knife. So that any person that do you hair, you have something. Or you put one your gun. Or you have your gun in your house, even if it is hunter's gun. Or hunting gun. Some now, they also find solace in going to pray. It's God that will protect them also. Let us go to churches. You think that they are going to church for what? For protection. Just to be protected because of the insecurity. And now the owners of the churches will use it as advantage. After all, oh, now you come now. Now his church. He will use that advantage. Every time you must donate. You understand? That is confusion, lawlessness, suffering, individualism, and sabotage. Everybody is trying to loot. Everybody is trying to exploit another person in one way or the other because there is anarchy. That is what is going on in Nigeria. Why? Because there is no leadership. Lack of leadership is a mark of primitivity or primitiveness, because it is simply a lack of organization. When the inability to organize is primitivity. You know that? Primitivity. When you see organized countries, developed countries today, all are, first of all, one thing is organization. That is number one thing. Everything is done in order. You know, nature teaches us things, but we don't learn. Natural, there are, things are going okay in the world because of natural orders. There are laws guiding natures. If, for example, where you are, you throw something up, one piece of orange, you just play, you throw the thing up, the orange continues going up, it doesn't fall down. What will you think? Maybe you are going to suffer from psychological breakdown. You will fear and run out. Even you will be horrified. Why? Because there is no more natural law of gravity. Now you throw a piece of granite up, and the granite continues moving up until you don't see it again. What will happen? You can even faint and collapse. Why? Because there is no more law. The order is no more there. That is what is happening when there is no law and order. Do you understand? Because nature organizes things in an orderly fashion. That is why, in order to be development and advancement, you must first of all be organized. Organization. So that once they can give, once you step into South Korea, the country knows, the data goes, they know when, how many people, how many foreigners that enters into Seoul. You understand? It's not like in Nigeria, whereby the whole northern borders are porous. It's not manned. Do you see? Now what is happening? Terrorists, Fulani terrorists come as they wish. Everything, illegal immigrants, they fool everywhere. According to Hamza Mustafa, he say there are, I think, 60-something thousand illegal miners in Nigeria. That make Nigeria illegal miners, mostly in the north. That is making Nigeria lose, I think he said, $35 billion every blessed month. $35 billion. Why? Because there is no organization. And people are shouting, oh, they are crying, things are bad. You don't know that it is because there is no leadership. And the way they organize Nigeria, the creators of Nigeria, Britain, that is the way they put it, so that there will be no leadership. So that they will be stealing. So that you will be crying. It doesn't matter, your blood doesn't mean anything to them. If you want to die, let whole families be swept off, be killed. That is not their problem. These are people that will teach you morality. These are people that brings you Bible to standardize you for you to go to heaven. But they don't care about your life. They structured Nigeria, they created Nigeria in their own way with a motive of what is happening today, so that they can go and harvest organs in Nigeria, no problem. Let me ask, the organ, is it 1 year or 2 years back? The 7,200 and something penis they saw, fresh penis in container in China, that come from Nigeria. Didn't they say they will investigate? What is the result of the investigation? These are 7,000 something people, men, that we are slaughtered and their organs harvested. Are Nigerians asking of anything about it? The answer is no. Because your life doesn't matter. And you don't even care about your lives. That is the most important thing. Instead, the one person that is killed in USA unjustly, Nigerians will be protesting for it. Don't you see that? I say, if you see any Nigerian anywhere, once he tell you that he's a Nigerian, if you want, spit on his face. Call him a monkey. He's a monkey, it is. It's a monkey. If they call you a monkey, answer, say, sir, sorry, sir, I'm a monkey, until I prove myself otherwise. Because things that are happening in Nigeria, people that are losing their life, being killed, things that are happening, you don't care. But if one slightest thing happens in America or in Canada, hey, you even care more than. Does it make you a human being? The answer is no. You are not a equal human being. Let us say the truth. Here we don't fear people to talk. It's a liberty radio. You understand? Leadership could also define the type of, leadership, or people in leadership could also define the type of people they are leading. Good and bad leadership are determined by the people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Show me your friends and I will show you, and I will tell you who you are. When we cry, the governors in our land, politicians in our land, this and that, they are not caring, they are not talking. You that is crying, if you go there tomorrow, you will not talk. You behave like them. If you go there tomorrow, enter their shoe, enter the office tomorrow, you will be behaving like them, because that is the way the people are. If the people cares, if the people are not like that, they will rise up in order to change. And that is what IPOB is doing, to show that we are not like that. That is why we are rising up in civil disobediences in order to register our complaint, in order to fight this bad leadership. It's not leadership at all. This imposed leaderships on us. Because that is what makes the difference. Only you staying there crying, nothing is bad, but you are not contributing anything in order to change the situation. It shows you, if you are there tomorrow, you will do the same thing, even worse. When you look at the prolonged bad leadership of a people, it is how the people are. They are bad. They are compromised. If you understand me, what brings about revolution is when the people becomes aware. They endure nothing. They say, no, we need to change this. We cannot allow few people on the head in order to be using us, mesmerizing our lives. They will rise up. If they don't care about that, how many are you going to kill? How many will you kill? Ceausescu of Romania. He was larger than life during the during the era of communism in Romania. He was larger than life. You don't dare mention his name, because you never know. Maybe your wife can be a spy, his spy, or your husband can be his spy. So people fear even to mention his name. But what happened? A time comes, people rose up. In one day, they went and captured his wife and him, and they sentenced them to death, and they shot them to pieces. It shows maturity of the people. People rising up shows maturity. But the people that are come every time they complain quietly, they sit down. What does it mean? That the people, they are the same. If they go, any one of them goes tomorrow, enters into political office, he will revenge. And who is he going to revenge? Against the same miserable people. He will even be worse than the people in power. Do you understand? That is why you see very primitive people. So you see some people living in America, good life. All they are aspiring to is to go back to Nigeria and exploit miserable people and laugh and come back and start enjoying more. adding to that in their enjoyment. An example is the former governor of Anambra. What is his name? Obiano. Do you see how animals reason? It is this, show me your leaders and I will tell you the type of people you are. If not what IPOB is doing. Look at when they impose the Supreme Governor of Supreme Court Governor of him in Imo State. Don't you see the whole House of Assembly? They jumped fence and joined him. Do you see it? They joined him where some few people were on the streets protesting. The House of Assembly joined him. Ohaneze ndị Igbo, Iwanya made a statement, say, he told the Hedion, say, go and sit down, don't become a political leper. I will never forget that grammar. That is how the people are. The people of mediocrity, people that support evil. But IPOB, we are a sign of resistance. To show that we are different set of human beings. We are not like others. We fight evil. Do you understand? Because lack of organization indicates primitivity. Primitivity. You know, during the olden time, early men, the Neanderthals, they lack leadership. The highest, the most powerful becomes the leader. Anything, if you mess up one person, the powerful person, you can just carry stone and squash your head, and others will fear, and they will. That is it, primitivity. Do you understand? One of the main soft weapons against Africans by the West is to compromise the system of leadership or leadership selection until it becomes the norm, which it is today. I don't know whether people understand what I mean here. The main soft weapons against Africans after independence, because they planned it. You know, America gave them notice. After the First World War, America brought out the charter, the self-determination under United Nations Charter, the right of the indigenous people. That look, while they saw America at that time, when America was really fighting for the world. Not now, America has compromised. They have eaten the forbidden fruit. The fruit of colonization. They have seen the sweetness of subduing Africans and other people. They have seen Britain have taught them the sweetness. Now stay there now, they fight for the world. You don't know that you can exploit all these people. You don't know that you know how many billions you'll be making, taking their oil, mineral resources, californium, different types of minerals, soft and solid minerals, liquid and solid minerals. Deceive them. Otherwise, America compromised directly. America is no more what it used to be. Otherwise, after the First World War, America studied what started that First World War and found out that people want to be free. Indigenous people want to be free. You shouldn't hold them because they have the right to live. America started giving notice to the Europeans. After the First World War, he said, look, what's the problem you have in Europe that lured us into fighting, killing people, millions of people dying because just freedom. Indigenous people should have the right to determine their fate in governance. You shouldn't force them to belong where they are not. So, all those people you are holding hostage in Africa, colonizing, please, it is time for you to go. Europe say, okay, sorry, allow us time, we will chat away. And they smartly chatted away in order to be controlling Africans in their shadow or through their shadows with long hand. That is why, look, from 1920 or 1917, when that quick notice was given to them from America, check the 1950s and 60s when flag independence was started being granted in Africa. How many years? He made the Europeans to plan well. Say, look, we are going to leave. America have told us we are going to leave. But we have to find a way in order to be in charge, still be in charge, even from far off Europe. We will still be in charge of Africa. And that is what they did. Therefore, one of the main soft weapons against Africans by the West is to compromise the system of leadership selection until it becomes a norm, which it is today. In Nigeria, they made sure that they introduce their norm, their way. Oh, you have to be democratic in our own way, do this, do that. When Nigeria even wanted to be democratic, but in their own terms, now M16 went into work. They went into work to compromise everything. Do you understand? Britain falsified the Nigerian census in 1952 and 53. That is the first step. They falsified the Nigerian census that Northerners, their friend, you know, they call the Fulani Caliphate their friends, that their friends are more populous. Now they call them Northerners. They are far more populous than the South. And Harold Smith said, though he is one of the colonial agents in Nigeria, he said he was surprised. Why is it this noise about not being more in population? He set out to find out, and he went to North. He didn't see nothing. In the 50s, nobody. He said you will go hundreds of kilometers, you will not see no village. Only maybe 2-3 huts you will pass as a village. And you will go another 200 kilometers from one part of the north. They have land mass, yes, but it's not population. If land mass is population, now Mali, Mauritania would have been the most populous in Africa, because they have very huge land mass. Don't they? Don't they? Even Algeria. Algeria, I think it has a population of 30-something million. Mali, whether they are up to 20 million, I don't know. But these are people that their land mass is even 2-3 times more than that of Nigeria. Now they went, but he said, look, where are the population of the people they are called North? Where are the population? Now they come back, but he said, if you go to Enugu, go to Ibadan, you know, people, teeming population from here and there, people are teeming. Say, where is the population now in the north? Now he found out, he started understanding that the British, they are up to something. And his Oga, his masters, they know what he's thinking. They tell him, hey, we understand what you are thinking, and that thing you are thinking is true. But there is nothing you can do. You are working. Know that you are a soldier. Or a soldier obeys orders. We need to help our friends, the Fulani Caliphate. So we need to. So my question is this: when Tony Blair is talking about the process of democracy, credibility, election, America is shouting. Now, why didn't they go back to history and say who disrupted who falsified the Nigerian census? That is the bedrock of Nigeria quagmire today. The falsehood that Nigeria is suffering today, who started it? Is it not Britain? Is it not Britain, I ask? Why are they playing all this hypocrisy? And we have think tanks, we have intellectuals. They don't challenge all this publicly. What are you afraid of? This life is only once we live it. It's only cowards die 100 times, millions of times before they are dead. You say the truth, you die. You don't say the truth, you die. Is it not better you come out, you talk the truth and die? Is it not better? Saying the truth, that is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is where he is today. The Nigerian court released him, and he is still there. Catherine Lang, the British High Commission, he don't want to talk about it. He never want to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, but he's a British citizen. But these are people that will come to start giving us lectures on credibility of issues. But they are the people that started this falsehood in Nigeria. The Britain falsified the Nigerian census in 1952-53, and they also rigged the 1963 election results. You understand? Population figures at that time determine not only parliamentary representation but also revenue allocation an employee distribution in the civil service, that is quota system. That is the, where they introduce quota system. Now, go and ask Cardinal Leon, do you have quota system in England? Do you want to come for employment and they tell you that no, you are from where? From Manchester. No, your quota is closed, so no need. But these are the things they put in Nigeria. But when we rise up to challenge, they name us bad people, that we are, blockade to democracy. But these are the demons that we are suffering. Ask Tony Blair. Tell him, Oga Tony Blair, that wants a credible election, but who falsified 1952-53 election? Census in Nigeria. Is it not you? Is it not British government? Who rigged the 1963 elections that brought the problems? Is it not the same British government? Do you understand? They put all these things. That is why today, whenever you hear Fulani politicians speak, they tell you, say, democracy now is a game of numbers. So we are more in numbers, so we continue being in charge. This is Britain that gives them this audacity, this power, because Britain rigged the election, the first census in Nigeria, even first census, in favor of them, in favor of deserts. They lied. No person have had the audacity to challenge all these things. But IPOB, we are there. We are here talking. We want to raise awareness. For you that is going, you monkey that is thinking that election will save you, you are still in that cage that Britain put you. Until we find out, we build up, we remove ourselves from this cage, so that Britain will no more be in charge. What India did as a human being. Do you ever see any India presidential or prime minister candidate going to London, going to Chatham House, going to the British Parliament, going to number 10 Downing Street before going to India to be elected? Have you ever seen it before? But you compare yourself. Maybe you are in India now as a Nigerian. You say, hey, why are you threatening me? Is it because I'm an African? Yes, because you're a monkey in Africa. You can go, and when you do what Indians did, you earn your place as a human being. That is, it's something we should be campaigning. Please maltreat every one of us, so that we understand that we are not equal human beings. I'm telling you. Until we go back to in order to build our countries, in order to build civilizations. Not every time complaining. Well, we know how to claim rights in foreign land. Is it because I'm a black person? Oh, you are threatening me? Are you discriminating because I'm an African? Yes, you are an orangutan. That's why. That's it. You are you are a monkey. Go and build a civilization so that we shall know. Go and undo what Britain did in your land. The same way Indians did it. Indians, no matter that they suffer, they pay the price. Huge price, bloody price. But today they are free, real free. Can you do that? You prefer to remain as a slave, and even to exploit other miserable slaves like you. That is why in Nigeria, police people, they look at police in Nigeria. Look at, you see police barracks where they are living. You go there, you will not eat, even you vomit. Pigs cannot live there. Instead of these policemen and women that have arms, in order to confront their superiors, their masters, their superiors that are dealing with them, they will go up on the street to be confronting, intimidating poor, miserable people that are suffering like them. Don't you see that Africans have problems? Don't you see that? Instead of confronting the people that are making you to suffer, you go and start intimidating people that are suffering like you. Don't you see that there is a very big problem? And that problem is in the head, the way we reason, the way black people reason, the way Nigerians reason. That is what we are trying to remove from here. We cure it ourselves because it is bitter, but it cures. That is what we do here. We don't pity ourselves. You understand? Britain, they rigged the population census in favor of the Fulani. They call them North. They bring North. You see North. In order to hand over power to the Sokoto Caliphate. Sokoto Caliphate tell them, say, look, I cannot be part of this Nigeria. I even praise them because they challenge Britain. Yes. They say we cannot be part of this thing you are creating. We have our own civilization. If you want us to be part of it, we give you under some conditions. Queen Elizabeth said, okay, give us your condition. He said, okay, number one, you see, don't call us Sokoto Caliphate any longer. Make it official in the Nigerian politics that we should be called the North. The North. No division. And this North will come down to Benue. You understand? It will come down to Benue in the map. You put it there. All of us are the North. So that at least we stifle those people. We will be in charge. Both land mass, everything. Even the people they call themselves middle belt, they don't care. They should be part of the North. And Britain say, okay. I used to say this. For you to understand that human being is God. Human being can recreate human being. They recreated us and we start thinking the way they want us to think. What we are preaching here is for us to think outside the cage, outside where they placed us. Imagine, go to map of Nigeria. The way they put color, north, separating north and south. As I'm talking, go to maps, go to image, see it. You see north from Castina down to Benue, and they are calling it north. Is the condition they gave to Britain, and Britain went to work. They say we will do it. Don't worry, we are your gods. Don't worry, we will do it. Everybody will start thinking like that. Even the Benue people, they will start calling themselves north. Don't worry, we will do it. Is that all? They say, no, that is not all. The second one is this. Our Sultan, the Sultan of Sokoto, will be the head, the supreme head of all chiefs, all local chiefs in Nigeria, including in your backyard, in your village. Everybody must be bowing down to him. He will be the head of all religions in Nigeria, both Christianity and Islam, all. They say, is that all? They say it's done. Consider it done. They say, okay, welcome to Nigeria. We are all Nigerians. Don't worry. So they get to Nigeria, they enter Nigeria in their own terms, and Britain gave it to them. But today they are telling you, every time they are telling you, threat to democracy. We want democracy in Nigeria. Tell them in the face that Tony Blair, you people are hypocrites. You people are demonic hypocrites. Tell Catherine Lalian, if you're opportune to see Catherine Lalian, shout it on her and say, you are a hypocrite. Get out of our face. Get out of our land. You are talking about democracy. Who rigged the census? Who falsified the census in favor of the Fulani Caliphate? Who rigged the election of 1963? If not you. But today, it's the people that are coming to give us lecture on election, this and that, the way they want us to be. That is why we always remain low as a people, as a black people, as Nigerians. There is nothing you can do about it unless you follow IPOB in order to rebel. You understand? In order to rebel, to say no to that status quo. Otherwise, we continue being slaves to them. We must continue. Remember, another census was held in Nigeria in 1963. And this time, an additional 8.5 million people were discovered in the north. In 1963, another census, bringing the total to 31 million for the north, a figure higher than the population of every other African country in Africa at that time. And the whole of Nigeria at that time, 1963, was 56 million for Nigeria as a whole. Now they put 31 million for them. That time, in 1963 again, no. After 1952 election, the Southerners tried to undo it through several. They said no. The master has given us power, so you cannot. Now they do their own census, and another census in 1963, and add another number, made it that you must be perpetually small. You understand? That is why an average Fulani, you see him, a politician, you tell you that, look at, we are more than you people. So the beauty of democracy is numbers. It's a game of numbers. So we are more than you people. There is nothing you can do without us. Do you see it? Do you see how they placed everybody in a cage by Britain? Those that are trying to lecture you how to credible election. Tell them what is credible election in Nigeria. There is nothing like credible election in Nigeria. There is nothing. Nigerians, I'm talking to you. How do you see you have so-called presidential candidates every time all in London? Ask them, what are you signing there? They are signing off your destiny. Yeah, they are signing off your destinies. When they come in 1 year, you start crying. By that time it's too late. They say, oh no, it's wait for another election time so that you vote. And you as monkeys, baboons you wait. And anyway, let's wait. Yeah, pastor, we tell you, don't worry, pray, we are going to get another leader. Yeah, imam, we explain to you that look, you have to obey the ruler because they have been settled. That is how a cycle upon cycle of deception all year round, and you are crying. You are dying miserable deaths, avoidable deaths. This woman in Enugu, this man and woman, husband and wife, that we are living happily, they are dead. Because they are Nigerians, they are dead. And it doesn't mean anything to Nigerians. They will say, oh, it's Igbo man, Igbo woman, don't worry, their life doesn't matter. But one day we come to you, and that time you'll be crying. That is what we shout here. Do you understand? I will continue. The Britain blackmailed Azikiwe into submission and made sure Awolowo didn't have it in his right way by excluding his party, that is Action Group, from the national government. Instead, they rigged in Akintola, who formed the Nigerian National Democratic Party, a party that was formed by is a defunct party anyway, by Herbert Macaulay in 1923. But he brought it up as his own party now. These are agents. Akintola was an agent. That was why he was killed during the coup. But after they misunderstood or mischievously did so, because he challenged Awolowo. Awolowo was loved by the whole Europe, I'm telling you honestly. But the British, through the Fulani Caliphate, they stirred up, through Ahmad Bello, Tafawa Balewa and Ahmad Bello, they stirred up confusion. They polarized the party so that, do you know that even Akintola entered into power, was a premier of Western Union, Western region, without even election. Do you know that? After when there was the confusion in the West, that is the reason, or that was the reason why the 1966 coup was planned and struck. All these are the plans of Britain. You understand? You know, they are master planners in order to get the result of the type of Nigeria that they are having today. So that everywhere there will be bleeding everywhere. People will not have time to checkmate them that they are looting and stealing. Instead, they will be coming as saviors. Catherine Allen will come, electoral process. Tony Blair Institute will come and say, oh no, we have IPOB that are threatening democracy. Look at your democracy, the way you put us. And the people are not thinking how we are scattered all over. Whereas they are milking everywhere. Both solid stones, solid mineral resources in the billions, every blessed day. Or come to gas and crude oil, they are sucking it and stealing, looting every blessed day, and living good lives in UK. After they'll tell you, no, we need doctors, we are helping you so that you come to UK, we give you visa. Why not you tell them why? Why can't we give you visa so that you come to our land? If we have restore our land, we will make it a place to be proud of. We can invite British, give them visa so that they'll come to work in our land. Will work for us. Why can't you think like that? Oh, you think, wow, you go and being a talented doctor you are, a nurse, you go and start packing shit. All the people shit. And now who go? You know, send they go. You don't think, you don't reason and say, look, for how long shall we continue living this type of life? For how long? Let us reason, honestly. You know, here we steer our brain into reasoning, because I see that even European politics, European dirty politics, they have numbed our sense of reasoning. So that people take now mediocrity, they take this type of life as the norm. It is not the norm, it is not normal. I'm telling you. Let me continue. I will open my lines in a short time, please. Okay. As I was saying, they blackmailed Azikiwe into submission. Yes, we know that. And made sure Awolowo didn't have it his right way by excluding his party action group from the national government. Instead, they rigged in Akintola, who formed the Nigerian National Democratic Party, into power in the West, even without election, thereby instigating a crisis that led to the declaration of state of emergency in the Western region. All this they did in order to compromise the leadership to their liking. They made sure that their friends unquote, that is the Fulani Caliphate, they made sure that their friends, the Caliphate, is in permanent charge of Nigeria, which is the main reason why Nigeria was created in the first place. To be running Nigeria by proxy, thereby having access to every resource in Nigeria and in complete control of the population. Therefore, when Tony Blair Institute for Global Change falsely mentioned IPOB as a threat to democratic elections in Nigeria, when Katrina Lang, the current British High Commissioner in Nigeria, is making noise about credible election in Nigeria, when the United States is hypocritically publicizing their $50 million support for credible elections in Nigeria come 2023, please tell them that Britain institutionalized high corrupt election and census malpractices in their creation called Nigeria. Whenever they are making all this noise, if you near Katrina Leong, please, as a journalist, ask. I never see a journalist in Nigeria. I never see. When is don't fear. People will be behind you. Don't fear. Ask the madam. Sorry, you are talking of election, right? What about 1952-53 election that was, census that was falsified by your country, Britain? What about 1963 election that was rigged by Britain? Can you say something about it? You will see he will order for them to remove you, or he will go in shame. He will tell you that no, that one is bygone. That one is bygone. Bygone is bygone. We gotta move on. Because they know how to talk to monkeys. Confront them. Those that are telling you that we need credit, we are going to support Nigeria with credible election. That is arrant nonsense. Because they are the people that instituted what is happening in Nigeria. Do you understand? We need to live our lives because we are human beings that come into this planet Earth like them. The way they come in. They didn't come in through another way. So it is the way we behave that made it look as if they are different. No. Stop being, tricked. Stop being deceived. We all have one head. But the only thing is, the difference is the way you reason. As I'm talking, some people will be, no, leave this thing, I beg, let us go election. What election are you talking? When people that you are supposed to be voting for, that are supposed to be ruling you, they are going to play allegiance to, first of all, to the British. What are you going to talk about it? Have you asked Katrina Lang, Madam, what of Tinubu, Obi and Atiku? What are they always doing in London? Coming to Chatham House? Why? Why are they coming? Why is it not India? You colonize India, right? Why don't Indian prime ministers during an election they will start coming to London, to Chatham? Why don't they do it? Only Nigerians do it. When you ask all these questions, they know that these people are wisening up. But when you see Catherine Lang, you fear. Oh, now white person now. Because it's your God now. Don't you see that? It's your God. It's your God. That's why you're afraid. After we lost, remember what Nigeria, what the British, what Europeans did to Africa, what Britain did to Nigeria by controlling, manipulating, instituting the leaders, the so-called political leaders, is what the Fulani did in our land, are doing in our land. Imposing, that is miniature colonization, the worst form of colonization. Every time I used to give this analogy with South Sudan. South Sudan, what started the fight, the war of South Sudan, 1955. He said before they had before Sudan had independence in 1956, 1 year before. South Sudan saw their leaders saw this thing. Their political elites, they saw what Britain wanted to do. That they wanted to leave them and hand them over to the Janjaweed, the Sudanese Janjaweed, the North. And they said, no, it cannot happen. This plan you want to do, no, you cannot sell us to the South. Instead, if you are here colonizing all of us, no problem. Do you understand? No single problem. But as you are going, you want to hand us over to people to be colonized again. You don't know. We are not going to take it. Britain said, no, these people, you are orangutan, you cannot command us. We do what we want you with your life. They said no. They took up arms. That is how South Sudan started fighting. For 39 years. Today they are free. You might be saying, oh, they are killing themselves. Look, building a country is a process. Whenever there is revolution, liberation, it has ricochet effects. It's everywhere in history. It's not something of one day. France had their French Revolution. Do you know how many years it took them in order to come in terms with what you are seeing today as France, developed France? It is a process. They fought. Dictatorship entered. They killed themselves. Look, if Biafra come, don't think that it is one day everything will be okay. That time we start work. Because we have to fight with the real agents. The agents of British agents will come. American agents will come. Those that will be used in order to dismantle, to cause confusion in Biafra, we will start fighting against them. You understand? Those that if we do, if there will be conference, national conference, they'll say no, like that. They know that what they are doing is bad. What they are saying is not, is a wrong, but they will continue. These agents, we will fight them. Don't think that it will be a bed of roses. I'm telling you now. South Sudan, in the next few years, I'm telling you, it will be okay. That is it. You know, when a woman is pregnant, it burns. It's painful. If a woman wants to burn, the pain is too much. It goes into, what do they call it? I've forgotten. But what I know, before a woman delivers a child, it goes into pain. If you say it cannot remove that, it cannot go that pain, it cannot undergo that pain, it will die. It will not bear that child alive. He will die. Even if he wants to go through operation, he will die. It's still painful. Do you understand? All these developed countries, they went through different painful periods of their lives. Do you understand me? You know, I tell you, Japan fought Christianity for 265 years. Do you think that it is something easy? Do you think that fighting Europeans is something easy one day? They suffered. Generation upon generation suffered, but they persevered. They said, no, instead of this to take place, to take hold in our land, instead all of us perish. That is, the power of consistency. Because oppressors hate consistency. They will come with money. They will come with intimidation. They will come, but once they continue seeing that your generation, all of you are, you say no, they will tire. That is why our leaders say we are going to wear them down. We wear them down. Friction. We continue friction until they wear off and they will surrender. That is who we are. So that people should not think that it is a bed of roses. What we are doing is not a bed. After all, our leader is in the enemy territory. Hasn't he been released by the Nigerian court? Where is he? Is he not still there? Does it make him to shake? The answer is no. That is why we should continue day in, day out. Even if people die, others continue saying that so it will be. We will not agree. Because once we cow down, we are finished. Do you understand? The reason why they don't respect us as a people is, look at Asare Dokubo that started the fighting, though for resources. But had it been he maintained it, he would have gotten something huge. But after they saw money, sabotage entered, they sold themselves and they cow down. Today, they are billionaires making money in the terms of their oppressors. It was Rikekem, the same thing. After they used criminality to destroy everything. That is what they try to do to IPOB. But thank God that we understand, we know the game. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu see, we know that all these things will come. Now what they are doing is to use criminality. They will instigate criminals everywhere. Oh yeah, to have a heyday, kill, make money, snatch cars, in order to confuse people, to make people, disgust IPOB, disgust Biafra restoration. That no, if it is like this, let us stop. Instead, let us continue in our slavery in Nigeria. That is what they want to do. But they have fallen even before they start. Before they started, they have fallen. Their ass is grass. So this is how they behave. Do you understand? After we lost the Biafra Revolutionary War, political leaders were and are still imposed on us. Even local village chiefs and PGs are now imposed on us. This puts us in a very sorry state we are in today. A state of confusion as a people, with no magnitude and direction. We are therefore reduced to survival of the fittest. Dog eat dog for individual survival and progress. That is how they reduce us. Now survival now we are no more as a people. Survive in that word survive. Even you eat your brother to survive, it is allowed. Dog eat dog. That is what they put us. The way they relegated us. We are trying to remove ourselves from this quagmire. From picking the fragments of British onslaught on us as a people. That is why sabotage is everywhere. People even sell the future of their children in order to make money, in order to survive. That is the worst thing they did to us. When after the war they give, when we say they give 20 pounds to Biafrans, no, only those that have account. Imagine people that have account, that had account in bank in that time. That time they were rich people even. They were given 20 pounds. Others were given nothing. So it means everybody, go and survive anything. Even if you can kill your brother to survive, do it. They sentence us into that thing, that situation till today. What IPOB is doing is monstrous. It's very huge. In order to make sure that we revive ourselves from where they put us, we remove ourselves from it, and that is what we are doing. So when you see Katrina Liang telling you that credible election Nigeria, hush her, insult her publicly, ask her who rigged the Nigerian election 1963. Who made Awolowo to be sent to jail, charged with treason? Who made Akintola to come into power without election? Akintola that was not popular. He formed his all of a sudden the Sadwana of Sokoto. Tafawa Balewa declared the state of emergency in Southwest, and his party joined with NPC. Is it Northern People's Congress? And they become darling. with Akintola? Why putting the person that was loved by the Yoruba people, Awolowo, in jail, charging him with treason? Who formulated all these things, if not Britain? They are telling you, hey, we're election. We want to tell them they are hypocrites. They are hypocrites. Therefore, a leader. Okay, let me continue. A state of confusion as a people with no magnitude and direction. We are therefore reduced to survival of the fittest, dog eat dog for the individual survival. Sabotage of our collective interest becomes the mood. We therefore remain the leaderless until the coming of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. A leader therefore must know the way. That is the prerogative, the main prerogative of a leader. You must know the way. Because without knowing the way, you cannot lead. This is why today we are following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because he convinced us beyond every reasonable doubt that he knows the way. Good leadership is therefore important for the progress and advancement of a people. Now I want you to understand this before I open the lines. The only way to permanently remove bad leadership is through the awakening of the people, who will spontaneously rise up in revolution against bad leadership or bad system. That is the only way. If somebody is telling you that you can turn things around through ballot box in Nigeria, tell that person is a liar, and a liar, the generations are liars. Any person that is trying to sweet talk you, I will do this, I will do that if I enter as a president, tell him you are liars. Ask him who created Nigeria. What is the motive of creating Nigeria? When you go and study the motive of creating Nigeria by the British, now you go and sit down. You know that everything you are doing is useless. You go and sit down. The only way is the hard way. Through spontaneous reaction, people rising up in revolution. That is the only way. Awareness. People should be aware. Awakening. It's not through this. What are you going to? How many times have you been voting? You vote, tomorrow you go, you start crying. Now wow, they tell you, don't worry. Another 4 years we vote again. This is what we are doing here, by opening people's eyes, by relegating the system of leadership selection in Nigeria to the background, and setting up a new parallel system, being in charge by the people. You know, there is no way you can outsmart Britain in Nigeria. It's impossible. That is why India did their own at the early time. You understand? When it was too late. Today, Nigeria, the system they put in Nigeria have been the norm. The people they put, their agents they put there now, they have grown taproots. You understand? So the only thing is to bastardize, balkanize that thing. That system being put in place by Britain, through which they control everybody's lives. That is the only thing. So that Britain will be surprised. We no more have any hand. We no more, they will be confused. That is what we are trying to do. To remove that system. To make sure that that system they put in place is balkanized. And they will no more be able to control us with that system. Because as long as we are still in Nigeria, it's under Britain. The system they put in place is still working. The census which they rigged in 1963 is still there. Are you going to go back and say, no, okay, census of 1952-53 is no more valid in the Nigeria? Who will listen to you? They will say you a joker. Britain, Colonial will be the first person to say, all these are jokers talking. But once we restore Biafra, we now take our census, overall census. Britain will not come and tell us, say, no, it's wrong. No, because we counted ourselves 1, 2, 3. But in the Nigeria setting, in the north, it's different. They rig the election. The census. They falsify the census figures. And they rig the election. So you are still, is that thing that is still following us, that structure. We need to pull down the structure in order to build the good one, the real one for ourselves. This is where I'm going to stop. I'm going to go into a few minutes break so that when I come back, I will open the lines so that people will start, calling in. Please don't go away.
Ọ na-abụ ọkọkọwa anụ ọhịa ya gakwuru ka osisi ọkọwakwanụ mmadụ ya gakwuru mmadụ ibe ya n'ihi na onye a na-achụ ehi na-akpọpụ ma o jighị ọgwụ ya o ji nri ya ebe nwata na-ebe akwa na-atụ aka ma isi nne ya nọrọ ya ke nna ya ga-anọrịrị ya ọkụkọ sị na ihe na-eshi aṅụ mmiri lewe anya n'elu na ọ bụ ebe ọnwụ na-egbu ya na-eshi abịa. Biko nụ anyị ji ohere a anyị onwe anyị bụ ụmụafọ Biafra, Indigenous People of Biafra, IPOB na aha mkpimkpi n'okpuru onye ndu anyị bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dị nsọ na-arịọ ndị eze, ndị ụka dị iche iche, ndị ọha obodo dị iche iche, ndị ụmụnne nna, ndị ụmụnne nne na ọsịkwa na ọsịrị ka ha biko nyere anyị aka dịka ugwu ka anyị buru ebele. Nchọnchọ anyị mere gosiri na ozu ndị a niile bụ nke ndị anyị nọ na mọchụarị anyị na-elebere so na-akele anyị ụkwụ na-epile anyị aja na garị. Biko nụ ka anyị mara na ihe anyị ga-eme lipụ ozu ndị a, hapụkwana ihe ndị ọzọ sochiri ya. Anyị lipụchi ozu ndị a nwanne, anyị abịa n'obi emeghakwara ama ndị sochiri ya. Anyị na-arịọ unu onye ọbụla nwụrụ ọnụ were mkpụrụ ụbọchị 3 lie ya, bịa hazi ihe niile. Ihe mezikwanara emezi a na-akpọ ya nwa mma. Biko nụ ihe ndị a na-ebutere anyị nsogbu rue na a ga-eji mọchụarị na-akpa anyị ọgba ebe niile. Ozu a dọrọ n'ihu, dọrọ n'azụ, dọrọ n'ụlọ, dọrọ n'uko, dọrọ n'usekwu, dọrọ na palọ, dọrọ na senta tebụl. Anyị na-ele ya anya. Chineke igbo ozu mana m ụmụnna ma enweghị ike iji amịrị igbe akwa ebe mkpokoro eso dị mma ma ejighị eme ọla aka. Unu ma ihe m na-ekwu maka na nwata bee nne ya bee nna ya amara na ihe ọ ga-ebe agwụla. Anyị arịọ unu ka unu nwee ike mee ihe ugbu a mgbe chi na-efobeghị tutu mmiri asọwa ọgba. Anyị ma ihe eji na-ekwu ihe a, ụfọdụ mọchụarị nọ n'ala Biafra anyị ga-emechi ha n'ihi na mọchụarị abụghị ebe ụmụntakịrị na-aga egwuri egwu, ọ bụghị ebe ndị okenye na-aga ezuru ike, ọ bụghị ebe a na-atatụ ihe n'ọnụ ma ọ bụkwa ngaji n'eze, ọ bụghị ebe a na-aga nlele. Ihe eji agba na ntị ejighị agba n'anya. Anyị na-arịọ unu ka unu mee ihe kwesịrị nụ ka ala anyị dere ji, ka obodo anyị dere ji. Unu cheta na onye ọbụla rere ala lie mmadụ o liele ozu labụ. Ihe abụọ apụle n'ahụ ka anyị nyere unu onwe anyị aka. Ihe meziri emezi a na-akpọ ya nwa mma. Anyị anaghị aba mba ma arịrịọ ka anyị na-arịọ unu ma ọ bụrụ na na-asịkwanụ na na-agaghị elebara ihe ndị ahụ anya na otu ọ dị na mbụ ka ọ ga-adịgide, nwanne anyị enweghị ihe ọzọ anyị ga-eme na-abụghị ime ihe kwesịrị nụ, n'ihi na anyị onwe anyị bụ ụmụafọ Biafra agaghị anọ ihe eri ọba anyị. Ozi a unu na-anụ ugbu a si n'aka ndị IPOB, Indigenous People of Biafra, na-abịara unu n'okpuru onye ndu anyị bụ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dị ya nsọ. Ọ bụ ha na-akọ mgbịrịmgba maka na osisi nwa ọnwụ otu ya afọ ọ nụrụ ka ala ibe. Ndewo.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra Hausa service coming to you through the auspices of Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Alu province of Biafra land, and today is the 12th day of December 2022, being Monday, Obochi Orie. I welcome back each and every one of you, and our lines are now opened. Our direct line as usual is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. You can call us and give us your view. Remember, the topic of my submission is leadership, the importance of leadership. We must continue.
Our cocoa, our timber, our gold, our diamonds, our platinum, our whatever, everything you are is us. I am not saying it, it's a fact. And in return.
Caller on direct line, welcome to the program. Please Callers, hold on, I'll come to you. Caller on direct line. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program. Caller on direct line, welcome to the program. Caller on direct line, please off your radio. Off your radio, please. Caller on direct line, I'm waiting for you. I don't know. You were listening to your device. I don't know why. Caller on signal. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi Jonathan, I can hear you.
There were.
Mazi, my name is Mazi Fanyi. I'm calling from my location. That's the, sometimes I wonder how Nigeria government get their independence. I don't know meaning of leadership. Someone to be a leader. I don't know whether they know the meaning before them proceed or they start processing of their independence. I didn't see any leadership in Nigeria government. Mazi, that one is by the way. Yes, the quality of leadership. I believe that leadership, you can never get a degree on a leadership. You can course in the school. You say that you want to do a course of leadership. Leadership is not a man-made of a thing. Is a gift from God, and the leadership can be born. Is someone that is born. That is a heritage. There is no amount of degree or qualification in educational background leadership title. I don't think that there is something like that. Because someone that calls himself a leadership must be lead as an example. That person must set he or herself as an example. And that's the quality and characteristics of leadership. That is true. You see what is going on in this country. If there is any leadership in this country, all this mess that this Nigeria government or Nigeria then think that Nigeria is a country can never be happening. Is because of all of the political classes in Nigeria. They are not a leadership. I thank God for God to giving us a leader, somebody like who is a leader, and the quality of a leader is in him. He's a born leader. He's a born leader, and he have already set himself and put himself as an example. And that's the person we're supposed to imitate him as a leader. Drop here. Thank you for your topic. We have known everything. But one thing is certain. One thing is assured. That when Biafra will come, a kind of a place where we will train a born leader, people that is born as a leader and has their gift as a leader. And that can make us to go further and also teach the whole world the quality of Mazi. Let me drop here. Thank you for your topic. May God bless you.
And you too. There were. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp.
Yes, I can hear you, Mr.
There were.
Good evening. And I want to thank you so much for this big program tonight.
Mazi, can you
raise my voice? Let me remove it to normal form.
go on? Mazi, are you still there?
Yes, I'm still here. Sorry, I wanted to remove my headphone.
Please go on.
So,
Go on.
Master Jonathan, good evening. Yes, good evening. And thank you very much for the program. But before I continue, I want to thank Majiken for giving us this opportunity of interaction and enlightenment. And I know God is with him, because those who are in the spirit knows that he's just doing what God wants him to do, and that's what it is, and nothing the enemy can do about it. And yeah, for you, this program is so, as always, breathtaking. Bro, you have touched everything. You're watching it so much unbelievable. Because when you talk of leadership, the truth is that our people, the people that are supposed to be followers are supposed to be enlightened, and that is, the good aspect of this job you are doing. People have to understand their responsibility as followers. Otherwise, the leaders will keep playing. And it is true too, the way you are breaking it down regards to what the colonial master has done to us. But they are doing those things because we do not know what we are doing ourselves. So I still believe when the people realize the path they are taking and stand up in unionism to ask for their right, they will be given to it. That's why even when I speak to some of these, white guys or the British people, yeah, they laugh and say, "You are not ready because you have not really transformed into what it means to be a human being that has their right." That is even simple. It's more simpler now to have our freedom. But can you see? So, unfortunately, many of us, even those that are well educated, are very, very far from the knowledge that they need to have in order to emancipate themselves. Very, very unfortunately. So IPOB for me is a movement. When they say some people think it's just you must. In fact, you'll be privileged. People have to be privileged to have what it means to be an IPOB, and that's why I love those who are on the wrong path, because definitely they will sink with it. So it is something of happiness to say that what you are doing is wonderful, and our people have to follow up. We need to transform and become these people who want this freedom. The moment people want it, the moment people are well enlightened, understand the road we're supposed to take, the colonial masters or whomever is there will leave us. But it's good to grab it from this point of history so that our people will understand what the game is all about. It's not almost what people are doing. So if people give in to slavery, they will be enslaved. If they don't, definitely, whoever is holding them will leave them to go. And that's why your program has always been amazing and wonderful. I want to thank you, bro. Keep it on. I don't know. I'm going to test you because there's something else I may want to ask you in private. I don't know if you allow me. I didn't, say my name when I started because I was so excited. My name is Mazi Casey Adams. So I would like to test you. There is some things I also want to get from you. Because,
okay, do that. No problem. Do that. Just send me, inbox me, text me. No problem.
I will. Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Jonathan. Have a nice evening.
Yes. Remain blessed. Caller on signal. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program.
Thank you, Professor Jonathan. Good evening from my side. I greet Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience, and I greet the Directorate of State of Indigenous People of Biafra. I remain your brother Mazi Celeste Nogba. I am calling right here in the coastal region of Biafra, Akwa Ibom precisely. Professor Jonas, I did not start this program on time, but I will swiftly do justice to it, having had the knowledge of what you are talking about. I think the number one problem of this contraption was the rigging of the first census in favor of the Funanis by the British. And why this thing happened was because British, after looking at the constituent nations that make up this contraction, have preference to Funanis because they know that they can manipulate the Funanis. And by so doing, they understand that when they put Funanis in power, they will be running this contraction by proxy. So now, as Funanis was empowered above every other indigenous nations in this contraction, now the Funani keep advancing their hegemony by planting some political criminals in Yoruba and in Odudua and the Biafran land, so that these political criminals will also keep subjugating their own people into total intimidation and to submission. So this is what is happening. And why are these things happening? These things are happening because of greed and selfishness, the urge to acquire and over-acquire. So these are the reasons why these political criminals keep using every known means to intimidate people, thereby softening the ground for Fulani hegemony to perpetually dominate the indigenous land, and also keep advancing their own way of life and practice. So now, Professor Jonas, one other area that will fail, our people that have failed, is when this institutionalization of hunger as a parameter to hold the people down. Because when you look at things, when they use hunger as a tool, when they use hunger as a tool during the genocidal war, they understand that it works, and they capitalize on this, and they continually keep using it. And now our people are not very tough in mind, they are not tough in heart, and that was why they are subjected to what they can eat today and tomorrow, which is what they call today stomach infrastructure. Nobody is have that mental toughness to stand up to fight for what will benefit the generation and generation to come. So these are part of the problem. Not until this very family of IPO become who wake up the consciousness of our people, letting us know that we are in the bondage, that it is not about our generation, but it is about the generation to come. And that is why we rise in total solidarity with our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we are trying to change the narrative by trying to confront the evil itself, because that is the only way that the table can be turned around. And unless the table is turned around, perpetually, we should be into this almighty mess. So, Prof. Jonas, I think the indigenous people within the concept of the Nigerian geographical space only need to realize that strong institutions are built by strong laws, and the strong laws are product of laws that are subjected to people by referendum. It is not for people to be picked 1, 2, 3 from there, and they take them to Abuja, and they try to give them a pamphlet, and they adopted that pamphlet and imposed on people as a referendum. There is no how such thing can produce a viable nation that we have a viable economy. It is not possible. So please, Mazi, Jonathan, having said that, I think I will have to give some other comrades space to make their own input. Thank you so much for your
Thank you.
continual education of our people. God bless you. Almost Biafra.
Almost Biafra. I have a caller also on. What's up? There, Mazi, go on, please. Go on.
Good evening. I want to thank you for your good work. I bless God for it. I also want to thank our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. There are two things I want to talk about tonight. I just want to touch two of them. Number one is you talked about the seaport that they built in Lagos. Most of us that lived in Lagos before, they know very, very well that Lagos is already jam-packed. There's no space. Sometimes you will be on the hold up for 3 hours. Can't even get where you're going to. Tinkana land is already green locked. Apapa Wharf is green locked. So opening another seaport in the same Lagos is really, really unacceptable. So what I want to touch there is you can see that these people everybody is fighting for their own interest. It's a collective, this is what you have been hammering for days, and the thing has been changing our life. To be honest with you, even some of my friends here, they are so happy. You have been talking about collective effort. Even in the war stage, everybody is fighting to make sure that people are good, they are living well. That is what Igbo, especially Igbo Biafrans, should imbibe on. A collective effort. Look at these Yorubas. They made sure that this thing does not move out from their region. Even if they are bringing Tinubu, they know that if Tinubu doesn't even go, their own people will be there, and it doesn't matter what happened, they have the power. And in every region, there are two powerful things that if you don't have it, it doesn't matter what you do, no matter how your intellectual capabilities. If you do not have it, you will be disadvantaged. Number one is international airport. If you don't have international airport, that region is paralyzed, because international airport has to do with goods and services. Number two is seaport. It also has to do with goods and services and bringing people in and taking people out. So these are the things that have paralyzed the eastern region. We don't have a viable international airport and seaport. These are the things that is plaguing us. If you go to like Aba, Owerri, and other places, all you see is shops everywhere. There is no tangible infrastructure or company that can produce things that you can export outside the country, or employ, or a company that can employ up to 1,000 people at a go. You can't see those things there. It's all lock-up shops everywhere, and little markets here and there. These are the things that we don't need in this time. We need a better infrastructure that will change the life of our people. Now, I want to talk about the husband and wife that Fulani is killed in our land, and ESN rescued them. The governor, is not saying anything, and nobody is asking the governor, this thing is happening in your state. Why are you not talking? People are being massacred day and night. People are being maimed, and you can never see that governor one day set any press conference. These things is really paining me, and is honestly speaking, we must find a solution. You have given us all the enlightenment, honestly speaking. Even if we don't talk again in the weeks or months to come, we are not bothered, because the ones you have given to us have given us insight to know that we must fight what that belongs to us. So I want to thank you. But what I want to say is, Biafrans, you should rise up to the occasion. The time is now. We must take this boom by the horn and take our land back from these marauders. Thank you, Mr. Chinedu. I honestly speaking, I thank you for picking my call. God bless you so much.
We must continue. We must continue. Collective effort is what makes people advance. As a human being, collectivity. You know, we don't know even how to form cooperative. All these things they destroyed our original way of life. That is the reason. They destroyed our original way of life. When we can, from our villages, we do things, together. Forming cooperatives, you can even do many things through it. But when they reduce us into fighting for yourself, everybody, that is where things fell apart. And many things contributed, including even the religion they brought to us. Caller on I say Twitter. Caller on Signal. Welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Mazi. Good evening.
There, Mazi. Welcome to the program.
Yes, I greet you, Mazi, and I greet our leader. I pray that may the God of our ancestors keep empowering him, comforting him in this difficult time, and all his enemies shall be vindicated. He said. Mazi, thanks again once more. As usual, another mentally stimulating conversation series you have this evening. And regarding the leadership you spoke about, that really touched me a lot. And I have been thinking of leadership in respective to our leader, Mazi and Kanu. Because if we look up the word, who is a leader or what is a leader, we can see that one, leaders are born. You did not become a leader, you are born a leader. And in the person of Mazi and Kanu, he has guided a lot of us, inspired, and in fact, this renaissance of the Biafra movement we are today is thanks to him, because it was when we brought back this revival. And by saying so, we can see that he has all the attributes and quality of leader. But when it now comes to the present Nigerian setting, the zoo, we can see that, Mazi, we have nothing compared to anything leadership here, because the representative of the people, they don't have any attribute or any characteristic of a leadership. You see, Britain and the Westerners, they brought democracy to us, whereby we have to elect our leaders through democratic process, which comprises the people to participate and choose that participate and be part of the decision making of the process. But we can see that this system always is thwarted, like you said. The first consensus that was held, it was thwarted. Up to the elections we have been carrying up to now. But when we come to the West, those of us that are living here, we can see how they take this democratic process so serious. Even though there might be, a bit of rigging, but the process is transparent. And they choose their leader. But when it comes to us, there was always something in between that will, cause confusion to make the democratic process of choosing a leader to go the wrong way, as what has been affecting us up to this generation where we are. We can see that the independence leader from Al-Mustafa's revelation, not Nigeria, all Africa, not only Nigeria, they were all murdered. So leadership Mazi, we don't have criminals like Polia. All these things, and it's sad that we
Mazi, your voice is not coming out as it should. I'm telling you. Mazi, the network is bad. Honestly, the network is bad. You can call back. Can you hear me?
Okay. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, go on now. I think it's better now. Go on, please. Go on. Go on. No. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Professor Jonathan.
There, Mazi, welcome to the program. Go on.
Yeah, thank you for taking my call. Speaking to a brother who's the scavenger. I'm calling from Africa Sud. Africa Sud is South Africa. I greet my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience, who set up this Radio Biafra, a citadel of knowledge and prosperity to educate all we Biafrans and the whole world at large. Biafrans, I greet you. IPOB members, I greet you too. And the radio listeners. Professor Jonathan, you know your speech this evening in this year program. There is something that baffles me or that makes me to think all the time. Because, you know, when it's election, we started to hear so many institute of this, institute of that, talking about Nigeria election. And also talking about, they started now to talk about Boko Haram and all this. But on their way of talking about this Boko Haram, they will attach our name, the IPOB name there, just to make the book sell. Just to make the whole world hear about them, because all the time, if they are pricing them, Nigeria is giving them maybe $3 billion or $3 million. When they put IPOB, then it will jump to $5 million. Because the reason why I'm saying an institute called itself National Democratic Institute (NDI) from America. The another one called itself International Republican Institute. Then you ask yourself, this institute, did they think that we Biafrans are fool? Or because they teach us English, we don't understand what is English? All of them are talking about, the first one said, National Democratic Institution. Democratic Institution. Then what are we Biafra fighting for? Referendum. Is referendum not part of democracy? Then now the other one talk of Republican. Are we not the Republican? They know that we are Republican already. But when it came to Africa, then they turn upside English. They don't. There is no meaning in their English again. Because if to say there is meaning in their English, this one is talking about democracy. This one is talking about Republican. Talking about we want a referendum, and this referendum is where all this democracy and Republican can flourish, but they don't want us to do it. This same American talking about a democracy and Republican, when it comes to Africa, it looks like the English is no longer the same English. This same America was the one who give about 3 weeks ago, saying that the bandits will take over Abuja. This bandits, is it not an insecurity? And since then, they couldn't take over Abuja. Where are they? They have shipped them to Biafran and to cause insecurity. But they don't want. This same America, is it not America? They are one of the head of UN. And Antonio Guterres, the secretary of UN, said that Boko Haram is a good candidate. They are qualified enough to be scripted into Nigerian army. And they are still talking about the democracy. All these people that they scripted, they are joining into Nigerian army. Where are they? Are they fighting any external war? It's all in Biafra land. All this ammunition they are acquiring, all of them is in Biafra land. And let me tell Biafrans all over the world, these people are not going to, they will not talk anything about you. I've told you that the only thing they know about you is only the advancement, as long as they is oil. As long as when it comes to election every 4 years, so many institutions will be talking. But when our mothers are dying, no institution. When they are killing our mother, there is no institution. When they are raping our mothers and everything is not in our land. Our land is like ghost. It's only the only thing you see in our land is 4-story building without lifter. That is the only thing that we have graduated on. And we Biafrans, we must rise up and not waiting for these people because they can't help us in any way. You have known that freedom is what? It's taken. Nobody will give you freedom. You have to. And what do we do? Now, these people, this mold they planted in our own land, they are doing their bidding. All these professors, all these lawyers who don't ask what is democracy, when it comes to Africa, the democracy is void. It's now void, null and void when it comes to Africa. Rise up, Biafrans, and take up your things because they will kill you. You are good. You are only good because of your oil. That's the only thing. They prefer you going to street of London, sweeping the street. That is what they prefer you from. After your education, after your qualification, after everything, you go and look after about an old woman. And they will be laughing at you. If you know what is democracy, why after studying Harvard University and Oxford University, you can't come home to practice what is good about your education when you cannot practice it and teach your people and make good of your people to a home citizen, to advancement of your own citizen. You cannot do that because they want you to remain there forever. They want you to and talk only democracy, but you cannot practice it in your own country. That is what we are fighting for. Please, democracy institute and all this. What we want is referendum. Give us a referendum. That is the beginning of democracy. Don't turn English upside down. Don't turn English upside down. Don't think that we don't understand what you write it in your own language. That doesn't mean we don't understand what you are talking about. You don't love us. Please, democracy, what we want is referendum. Leave our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience. He done nothing. You don't talk of democracy when the Fulanis keep our leader after the court have given order to release him. You don't talk about democracy. I don't know what democracy. Biafrans, rise up and take your thing. Rise up and save yourself. Thank you, Professor Jonathan, for taking my call. Biafrans, I love you. IPOB members, you are my blood.
Of course. Democracy starts from even plebiscite. That is it. Caller on Signal. Can you hear me? Welcome to the program. Caller on Signal.
Yes, Brother Jonathan, can you hear me, sir?
Welcome to the program.
Okay, sir. Brother Jonathan Jishike, Biafrans all over the world, My name is Okechukwu Ejiko, and I'm calling from Aba province. I'm from Umowa, in Olu province. Jonathan, the importance of leadership as the topic. Do we have leaders there? And the whole international market for Lagos, which people get? That John Jonathan go to Hausa, all the international market there. All the seaport in our goods. Which market where Fulani and the Yoruba get for this? Where they build? Then the Jonathan Jishika. Then Nnamdi Kanu has done everything. Nobody can stop it. Then Jonathan, I'm John, I'm also water. One name wouldn't born on one. You must see him name issue. If Chukwuka Kabama open Biafran's eyes and Biafrans waiting all this, the whole world, as they see them dead, how they gathered and massacred our ancestors. And they say everything. But then the Jonathan, you not say now we people, now we be the real children of Chukwuka. Can't check. How are guys sitting at Bible, they pray better. Make sure that they close everybody, but to quote Kadam, if the God of 11, that's nothing cannot. He's in charge. That impostor is going to America. The news is here. We got an informatic and he's coming to meet Joe Biden. And we are watching. Nothing there Joe Biden in the condition, the true situation of Nigeria. So that we will watch Joe Biden clear. They don't know the chicken doesn't they watch everybody. The option is very like that. They will burn the whole world and everybody will shh. We know the shape here. Then the chicken doesn't choke us in Esther chapter 7. Esther chapter 8 and Esther chapter 9. And the Jews destroyed their enemies. Go and watch that Esther chapter 7, verse 4, verse 5, verse 6, before the whole world. What Esther told to the king. That is exactly what Flan wanted to do. A total extermination. What is it? Take it. That tried to do my God. Direct. And then she has seen it. You say this like a chicken this night. If the option of fire, we are all over the world. We are capable of conquering the whole world. That's the thing that what is happening. But then Jonathan, instead the Biafran will not come. Okay, then Nnamdi Kanu, the chat governor also. Let that man that the Jonathan United Nations give out that and then flood related and what have they done? So they have the right to tell, and that is that you are not above the law. It is disgrace to humanity on this earth, and it cannot afford. Jonathan said challenge. Without the shame. My name is Okechukwu from Omo Province of Biafra. Oh, yes, Biafra. Challenge them the chicken. Let us bet. Let chicken doesn't belong to peacefully. And we live like human beings. Biafra, anywhere you are, don't panic. Just get prepared. Any day the chicken doesn't have like them. Pour the water anywhere you are. Don't shake. We tell the from America, we will just America. Ashapal. Okay, basically, I pull the call for now. Can I pull out one in the Canada? My Jonathan, I will want to be on a top of the Fernando. And send the call, put up one in the Pala with the bottom more, one in the Atavia. The Popon, the Mother. Okay, no, enough. No, poor. Oje. A man alone with school cabin.
There were Mazi.
France.
Oh, hey, Biafran. There were. Caller on WhatsApp, you'll be the last caller. Caller on WhatsApp, welcome to the program. Can you hear me?
Hey, good evening, sir.
There were Mazi.
My name is June. I'm calling from the capital.
There were.
Mazi, can you hear me?
The whole world is hearing you, not only me. Go on, please.
Oh. Mazi, the problem we have in Africa on the whole is leadership. You can use Nigeria as an example. Our leaders told us that Fulani and Britain 50 whole years to prepare Jews even in our own land. Look at the person in Imo State, look at what's his name, the one of Adolf. Look at the one of Enugu State. Look at what is in Enugu now. Fulani herdsman is ravaging the whole of Egypt. He's not even saying anything. The man is like somebody that they tired and kept somewhere. In fact, the problem we have, okay, if you come to the zoo capital, what is going on now is this and that, election, this and that, who is coming, who is this. One radio station opened their station today and people were calling in, they were asking the people that they should tell them what they are expecting from the new people that are coming. That is the new administration. Now, I was like telling these people, this one was saying power, the certain power, this one is saying security, that is tackling security, tackle this, tackle that. Now, I was not trying to tell them that these people you were telling what they do for you or what you're expecting from them. Do you know what they sign in Chatham House in Britain or what they sign in Pendant Street or somewhere else? Are they going to leave those things that they sign in those places to come and do what you are trying to tell them that they do for you now? The problem we have in Africa is even our brains are not even okay. The people that call themselves citizens cannot think. They cannot even. I was telling somebody one day, I said the problem, what we are going to do to settle our issues here is bloody revolution. So what do I mean? Why should I saying this? Why should I say that we are not, we don't respect leaders? Okay, guys, how can you respect somebody that is not even that cannot offer you what you expect from such person? Imagine you put a leader like Tinubu is telling you that you should vote him in, that he's going to continue where Buhari stopped. Buhari has served everybody. In fact, people have suffered for the past 8 years now. Now, Tinubu is not telling you that he's going to continue where he stopped. Now, what do you expect from such a person? Can't your mind tell you that you are heading to doom if you vote this type of person? Now, somebody is also telling me that he is sent by God, that he is God sent. This and that and that. Everybody, they are now, what everybody is now talking about is election. They cannot even reason together and say, how can we settle all these things? Look at the mess we have found ourselves in. How can you settle this mess? Election cannot settle all these things. My problem is that I don't even know if all these other tribes are also listening to Radio Biafra so that they can educate themselves mentally. Because our leader said the problem is the black person is the head. Now here, you will be saying this, they say that you are talking because you are from this part. Where you don't want this, you don't want that. Now, somewhere I was telling them one day, they told you people that your problem is Igbo people. But now you have seen that your problem is the Fulani. They have, in fact, ravaged the older tribes that we have here. They have relegated them to different types of. One day, sorry, was it day before yesterday? Somebody will, Fulani people, or what they call them bandits, kidnap people somewhere around the city center here. So, Mazi, the problem is too much. Let me just.
There were, of course it is.
Thank you so much.
We must face it head on. There were. Caller on signal, please make it as brief as possible. Caller on signal, can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi, Jonathan, Chinedu,
There
our
were.
professors. Without wasting much of our time, let me appreciate Chukwuka Abiyama, the God of our land, the God of the truth, the God of honesty, the God of faith, the God of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who sent him to come and liberate us. And he go around all the world and pick all the professors who are teaching us the good things and enlighten us how good people are living. May Elohim bless him and guide him and protect him. Give him more strength, more knowledge, more wisdom to finish the battle. He already finished the battle. Bless our DOS and Eastern Security Network and our radio presenters in the name of Chukwu Okuke Abiyama. Ise. Mazi, you know, our problem, you have already said it all. That is a way British take us. And only us can save ourselves from these people. You know, in time of Israelite is an Africa. They are African country, but they took them to Europe. And They are trying to suppress them, but they are said no. The same thing with the Japanese. And the British don't want that kind of country to be in Africa. And they know that we are one of them. That is why they are gang up to suppress us. You know, everything, all the evil things that are happening in Africa is masterminded by British. They are using Nigeria to suppress Africa. And only us, as our leader said, Biafra will be the last miracle on earth. So Biafrans, everybody have already know our problem and why we are suffering. Every politicians in our land is our saboteurs. They are more dangerous than Fulani people. And they want to use them to suppress us more. Our leader has already shown us the way. What remains us now to do is to make sure that we do the needful to separate ourselves from these people. We are not gaining anything from Fulani people. There's nothing Fulani is contributing in our life, only killing and stealing. And Fulani, if Nigeria wanted to progress, remove corruption from Nigeria, you see Fulani will go. Because Fulani is the masterminding evil, all the evil. What evil British teach them. But this time around, I give the glory to Chukwu Kapiam, who sent Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to lead us. As far as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is our leader, we must separate ourselves from these people. We don't have leader except Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and DOS and all the professors who are teaching us every day and night. We already know our problem and we must do the needful. Biafrans, what we should do is to make sure that we follow the leadership that our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, set up, which is a DOS. And the Eastern Security Network is doing the needful. We must support them to make sure that our land is defended by them, because politicians are evil to us. If you see what's happening in Abakaliki today, you know what our leader said. We don't have men. We are land. But we think that we have men. Only 3 Fulani can sack entire village in the Biafra land. Today I saw this thing. I tell people, why are you learning? Why are you learning? Do you know where are you learning to? You call yourself a man. May Elohim bless everybody. As far as we are getting closer to separate ourselves from these people, Chukwu Abiyama is our God. We must continue. Thank you, my brother, for your good work. May Elohim bless you for your good work. Thank you, all the Biafrans.
There were. This is where I'm going to switch off the phones. Thank you for very much. We must proceed to closing the program honestly. Before that, I will read this press release of 12/12/22 by IPOB. We advise British High Commissioner to stop her deception and remove herself from Nigeria politics. IPOB. We, the global movement and family of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB under Onion Dumas and Nnamdi Kanu, wish to advise British High Commissioner Catriona Liang to remove herself from Nigeria fraudulent politics and political process. We also wish to let her know that the British government contributes 99.9% of political and other problems. British government forcefully colonized and looted our resources and traded our people as slaves. Britain selfishly and forcefully amalgamated unwilling and parallel ethnic groups into a cage called a country. Britain introduced election rigging in Nigeria by falsification of population census in 1964 in favor of the Northern Protectorate. That is what I preach today, just as if I know that's it. They are the people that did it. Do you understand? When they talk about Election, oh, they want to help you to get good election. They are the Lucifer. You know, they brought Lucifer in our land, devil. We didn't have devil in our land. Britain came, they are the devil, the number one devil. They are killing you, but they will come to be your savior, and you take it because you don't think, you don't reason. If it's only in Nigeria that people in a desert region will claim to be more in population than people in the rainforest region. But this was done with the help of British manipulations in Nigeria. Britain is indirectly fueling the crisis in Nigeria by taking sides with the North against the South, but in particularly against the Igbos. British High Commissioner in Abuja is engineering Nigeria government and security agencies to kill and burn down properties belonging to Biafra citizens, to force us to abandon the Biafra movement and struggle. After all, this is what they have been doing. Right from, do you remember what they call the Aba women riot? It's about protests, about women protests. When Biafran women from both in Ejo, Ibibio, all gathered in Aba to protest for the heavy taxes, even against women in our land, where men, they became compromised and women rose up. Do you know that more than 50 women were killed, were shot to death by British military? Do you know that? Go and make your researches. They burnt houses. This is the legacy Britain led in Nigeria. Any slightest thing, they will kill people. The military will come out to kill people and burn houses. It started right from the colonial period, and today they will be telling you, they want to Colonial. That is, the Lucifer you are seeing is the British and their agents. These are the Lucifer. Go and listen to the revelations of Hamza Mustafa, because he knew he was part of the system, so he understood. He has the information. He knew some things that even some of all these people rigmaroling as Nigerian ministers didn't even know. He knew it. Let me finish it. British High Commissioner, you are a biased diplomat and has never been sincere in your dealings and utterances concerning Nigeria. You are not telling your government the truth about your involvement in Nigeria politics and national affairs unless they advise you to do so. They advise her to do so. Do not forget that this short devil that is called Colonial, she was the person in Zimbabwe. I could remember during the time of Mugabe, she tortured Mugabe to the extent every election result is this woman that we first of all come to announce the result in Zimbabwe. They say they uplifted her. The British government the work well done by bringing her to Nigeria. Do you understand? I don't know. I think this woman is from China's origin of China or Taiwan. The same thing with Frederick Lugard. I don't know what we do this type of people in this world. I don't know. They continue torturing our lives. We have to rise up against them. Honestly, they are killing us and torturing our lives. I don't know what type of world is it. They come the same world. We come the same world together with them. Why should they take advantage and be torturing our lives? For goodness sake, why? Anyway, I can't live in war here. I can't live in war here. It will end. It will end. They think that they are God to others. They are God to us. Not us Biafrans. We will continue fighting this until these people will leave us. It's a must. M-U-S-T. They must leave us alone. I'm telling you. Why should a country, they will come to a country always torturing because of drinking what is our resources? To live, to make sure that their people live well. Why? How many centuries now? They cannot leave us alone. We will force them to do so, because an oppressor will never stop until you force him to do so, and that is what we are doing. We will force them. Don't worry. There is no way they can kill all of us. We must continue what we are doing. No bowing down. Dear High Commissioner, Mrs. or Miss Katrina Liang, whether he has a husband, All this useless set of people. Their High Commissioner, Ms. Katrina Liang, you are much involved in so many fraudulent activities going on in Nigeria. You are part of the problem, not part of the solution. You have become among the cabals who select a Nigeria-British loyal president that will guarantee uninterrupted free flow of oil from Biafra land to Britain. IPOB wishes to advise Madam British High Commissioner to extricate herself from Nigeria's fraudulent political activities and most especially from its ethnic and fascism politics, Comrade Emma Powerful, Media and Publicity Secretary. We must continue facing these people. There is another press release also, but I will leave it. Nigerian government is heavily lobbying international organizations against IPOB. We know that. They are spending a lot of money. We make them to continue bleeding. They don't understand. Nigeria, instead of Biafran not to be restored, Nigeria will be destroyed. Everybody, people don't understand what our leader said, what he meant. That every living thing will die, will perish. They are using the money that they're supposed to do projects in order to fight IPOB. We continue bleeding them. We will never stop. We will continue bleeding them. This is where I'm going to stop. Biafra is our religion. Biafra is who we are. We are created to be equal human beings with others. But unfortunately, because of the way we think, because of, the level of, ignorance in our brain, we believe that we are lower. It is not true. We are the same with any type of human being. So why should others come to lord over us? Is it not the same brain that we have? We must continue what we are doing. Our leader must be released. Without no Biafra, no peace. That is the slogan. No Biafra, no peace in Nigeria. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply